You had to do it.
Had to do it.
You know?
Kick. Ooh, ah. That man got his cake. He eat his cake.
My baby Mike.
I wouldn't mind my cake too.
Yeah.
Rap for play. Silver Street. 38 now. The St. Out Crew. My man Big Youngin.
Who?
Heather and Friends.
Nice.
My baby Phoebe.
Yeah, it's good way.
Where me little Sammy? Well, that's Corbin.
The beer, St. Ives.
Can't be that.
Say what?
The other thing.
SC period. What did I hear? What did I hear?
Yeah, them niggas crazy. They always knew how to suck
What
them
did I
motherfuckers.
hear? London Woods.
Hard or nothing. They shot it all
What did I hear? The Woodland Crew now. The JD Crew now. London Woods.
London Woods. Y'all remember those?
Yeah.
That was right.
Y'all lose the rhythm, man.
I know.
Y'all know we black people. Y'all better keep that thing together. Y'all better keep that thing together. Be out in that Woodland.
London Woods. That's a mug.
I hear you down there rocking and steady jamming, Jay. I hear it
Some
again.
rolling shit. No, that's always some DC shit.
What did I hear? What did I hear? What did I hear?
Too much about that. You know what I'm saying?
Where y'all stay?
Shit, man. Now they were killing it. Ain't too much of love and being saying shut
I
up.
dig Doug and Sam. They put me in the mix.
Sometimes, man. Shit. Then on went away. Everybody favorite, that Bill hate. Y'all know about that. That's way before y'all
You
talk
know
about
about
that.
that.
You don't know about
It's
that.
his eye. You tuned in to the number one podcast in the DMV. I am your host, your late night supervisor, dope dealer extraordinaire, DC's own, Rad, B.I.D. Jones. That's Rabbit for your internet fools. To the left and right of me, as usual, my podcast partners, Radical Rail and OnlyFans J. This is T3P. Now, everybody know I love the black ladies. I'm lucky to be alive. Happy, healthy, and free for me. And it's all about those Tubmans.
He said,
What it do? And I'm black and I'm proud. Don't forget that.
the black ladies.
I love the black ladies. What it do? Talk to me. Over the week, huh? I love the black ladies, for sure. Talk to me, Jay.
I love black holes.
I love them too. They on top of my list.
Top of your list. That's not good.
Talk to me. Talk to me. What is going on, player? After 10 G's. Talk to me. You know what I'm saying, dog? Radical One, Jay. What's going on with y'all, man?
Your man eating cake.
This nigga, that reminds me of that 10G cake. You know what I'm saying, dog? 10,000 down plays for your boys. You know what I'm saying, dog?
I like to make my cake and eat it too.
You
This
know?
This guy.
That that pretty much, yeah. So why eating the motherfucking celebration cake, man? What's going on, Jay? Real?
Nah, chilling, you know. Half hour Sunday, you know what I'm saying? Chilling with my little man. That's about it, you know what I'm saying? Relaxing. You know, watching the Curious Stage. You know. Like,
The Curious Stage.
Yeah. My hand and my feet, and I can use my hand to touch my feet. Yeah, he had that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he good now. He getting the control of his head. Took him a little longer, but hey, you know, he been through a lot, so he got that down. And that's about it. We just, you know what I'm saying, just chilling, rapping, you know, just talking. He starting to babble at me all day, you know. He kicked me when I'm snoring, you know.
You
like
changing
that.
Pampers?
Yeah, I had to do that because he had a little messed up thing on his circumcision, so we had to get that re-snip. I can't have him looking like Willie Lump.
So hold on.
They ain't really clean it all the way. When you snip the foreskin, there's a little teeny piece on it, and I ain't like that. So I was like, yeah, we're gonna cut that off. But it was in and out surgery. It wasn't that bad.
That's
You know
crazy.
what I'm saying?
Right
Now we got the little ointment put on top of it.
That's
Oh, the
crazy.
Yeah. That's why I get this. Resident students gotta learn, but sometimes you don't want to learn on your child. So, I mean, I get that he had to learn, but you know what I'm saying.
What?
I mean,
They took your son to a science project for a moment?
no, you know what I'm saying. It's a learning hospital, so you know they gotta teach, but you gotta get all the foreskin. You can't leave a little itty bitty piece on there. We gonna see that shit.
Nigga said we gonna see
I'm like, you have a little itty bitty piece. I mean, I know it's microscope, but it just didn't look right. It looked like he had a mole. I'm like, he ain't got no fucking mole. What's this? And the doctor was like, yeah, we take care of it. So they just clamped it, cut it.
Oh my god.
He took it like a trooper.
That sounds.
You know what I'm saying?
It does.
Yeah. But he a G. You know what I'm saying?
What's so funny about that is I ain't get circumcised until I was like 13.
Woo! Okay.
13 when I got circumcised, man. And I was in that joint. My father was on the football team and shit, right? And I couldn't pee or nothing, you know. This shit was just ridiculous. You know what I'm saying?
That's too
And
old.
nobody knew what I was doing.
That's
Nobody,
way too old.
nobody knew what was wrong with me. None of that shit.
That's normal Jewish age boys. Jewish boys get circumcised.
Nah, I was cool as long as I was young. Once I got older, I couldn't come up out the hole. You know what I'm saying?
Oh no!
It wouldn't slide over no more.
Oh no!
So the motherfucking doctor's like, you got to go and get circumcised. Shit. Like, I'm 13, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Get that force
Too old for that.
yeah, man, I was walking motherfucking like this and shit.
Yeah, buddy.
My legs open for weeks, nigga. And he was like, fuck wrong with you? Nothing. My stomach. My stomach hurt right here. You know what I'm saying? Fuck that, yeah. I remember that shit, dog, because it was so sensitive.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I think I'm at my age now, I'm still sensitive. You know what I'm saying? Because I was late with that. That shit was sensitive as shit. You know, it was like anything touching, it was like, don't do that. You know what I'm saying? You ain't even want to put no clothes on, Slim. It was like, nope, don't put nothing on. You know what I'm saying? Like,
You ain't even want to put a mess in.
oh my God, it was the worst. That bandage on that joint, it was the worst. A bandage on your dick.
Yeah, that's what's up.
He got a bandage on. As a baby, you notice that that's normal. Yeah. But when you're 13 with a bandage on that joint, it's like that nigga got something. Fuck that. You know what I'm saying? Like fuck that. That shit was hurtful. That was some painful shit.
I was a baby when I got mine.
Y'all remember getting circumcised?
Yeah, my mother made.
Some people don't get circumcised at all. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
you don't. Nobody. You don't get that advice to do that. No.
No, the doctor talked to you.
But some people, it don't bother them enough.
Yeah.
But what it does is like your skin is like.
You gotta be good on your hygiene. Put it like
it's holding the bacteria in there.
Yeah, you gotta be good with your.
That's
hygiene.
why the doctor told me I had to cut mine because I couldn't come out the hole no more. So therefore, I'm collecting bacteria inside it. You know, right. So there's no other way. Now, if your joint can keep going over the top of the joint, now everybody paying attention. We're going a little unnecessary graphic details, but if it's
like you said,
that shit hurt too. Fuck
it
hurt.
It's painful just to think about it.
But if your joint, your skin just slides back and forth, you don't really need a joint if you don't want. But you gotta keep, like you said, hygiene eventually. You gotta take care of that shit.
They told us that in a health class.
It's so hard, so you have to get a circumcised. So because it's like overwhelmed, like a girl pussy. You know what I'm saying?
It's like, yo, you gotta be real good hygiene with that. But
that. Oh my God, just think about that. What was the first pamper you changed? That was your first time ever changing pampers, right?
No.
You changed pampers before?
Yeah, I did my nephews. All of them. My oldest ones too.
I know they don't want even.
No, my brother, my oldest daughter, like 32. So I got her when I was like 8, 7. I got her, and I got his other ones. Yeah, my oldest brother. He like older than me though. He real older.
What the fuck?
Yeah, so I changed their joint way back when. So I have known Pampers for a while. Then my other brother got like 5 boys. All of them got changed by me. But my man didn't get me yet. He got her 4 times. He ain't pissed on me yet. He be trying though, but I don't change enough Pampers for him to get that good go. Everybody just say he gotta get me one time. I'm like, I ain't done. I know to keep the pamper over him till I start the other one up under him. Yeah, but she a newbie. She ain't no boys. You know, she only changed her nieces. So it's a big difference. You don't know that your little man, they like to pee on you. They like to hit you once, twice, 3, 4 times.
Best believe it.
Yeah, but he ain't got me yet. I ain't saying he might don't get me, but it's gonna be a minute. You know what I'm saying? He gets to the age where he's starting to understand stuff now. I'm like, okay, I know you know. Then don't work with that. You don't want.
The baby stage is crazy.
Yeah, it's just the whole discovery stage. It's just you be in awe of the shit you take for granted. The shit he just learned how to do, you be like, my nigga, that's your foot been here the whole time.
Like,
He like, no, this my foot.
it's like that movie Little Man. He said, "Come here, real quick."
Yeah,
Stop pissing on the
I pee on
one. That's for sure. Jay, what's going on with you, play?
Not much. Dealing with the 9 to 5, of course. That's what we here for, the 9 to 5 podcast. But yeah, dealing with the 9 to 5, day in, day out shit, school supplies and school clothes.
That's
shit.
right. School coming up, man.
So what y'all doing? Y'all going?
What
y'all
everybody
going
thinking
learning?
about so far with the schools going back in? What's going on? Everybody thought process with kids going to school and shit.
Well, I ain't got nothing in school. I mean, all I can tell you is what my brother and them doing. They doing distant learning. But they put in for distant learning. They
What's
don't
that?
want them kids to go back. But they still do it on the online jump. They don't go to the class.
I'm gonna tell you, it's a 1,000 reasons why I'm not sending them back right now and shit. But one of the few reasons is they haven't done anything.
Nope, they have not.
Like if we was to start from last year to now, nothing has been done different from last year. You feel me? So to me, what's the difference for me? You know what I'm saying? Like if they wasn't supposed to go on in last year, they definitely can't go in there this year because you ain't done shit.
All right, but they saying
the only thing that they said that they have done, I don't see the door. They said that they got ventilation systems.
Nah, I doubt that.
But they say COVID don't kill kids. So
now,
there you go.
And that's another thing. It ain't gonna be as rampant with the kids. But the nurses, I mean the teachers and everything had to be tested on a regular.
They say
Vaccinated.
They say you don't really have effects if you got pre-conditions or you over 50. For everybody else, 39 and 0, you pretty much you gonna get it, but you ain't gonna die from it. And if you do, it's rare. Or you have pre-condition condition. That's the latest polls out there.
That's what all I've been saying for all this time. I've been talking on this podcast.
And see the
that's all
problem.
I've been saying right there. What he just said.
All right, that's why you don't send son to school then.
Everything I've been saying.
So
I'm not sending him to school. It's 18 reasons.
All right, but then so if that is not an issue, then that's the main 18 reasons gone. Then
No.
I want to hear it. And another thing, when y'all get sick, don't go to the hospital. Like my man D.L. Hughley say, if you get COVID and you're not vaccinated, don't go to the hospital.
What?
Don't go to the hospital. Stay your. I don't want to get the shot ass in the house.
Wait a minute. I paid money.
Hey, don't bring your ass to the hospital.
Did y'all listen to
you taking up beds for us vaccinated people that's sick?
You must have heard the.
Wait.
You heard the video. You heard the
yeah, I heard the video. I just had to bring that up because it was funny to me the way he said it though.
You heard the jump.
Yeah, I did. That
right.
shit was funny as shit. He made a good point though.
No,
if you don't want to get the shot, don't carry your ass to the hospital. If you get COVID, stay your motherfucking ass in the house.
That's not a motherfucker.
Yeah, don't come there and take the bed up crying.
Because here's what he said.
That's not a good point.
This is what they said. They said that, okay, we've been telling y'all to do this, to do that, to do this, to do that. There's so much that we could do. If you jump off the bridge, you gonna have to jump by yourself.
Tell them OnlyFans.
That's what they said.
But no, he's saying because everything in there COVID related, and my significant other had to deal with that today. She went to the doctor to get checked out. She wasn't feeling well. All they give a fuck is about COVID. They ain't trying to treat her shit. They talking about you got your primary doctor. But I'm like, the whole point was us making an appointment with you was so you could see her and see if it was warranted. But she didn't even get she's sitting there for 3 hours looking stupid for her to tell her to go see your primary doctor. And she was frustrated because she like, they ain't doing their jobs no more. Everybody just on COVID. She like, they ain't even check her out or nothing. I'm like, what's the whole point? Going to the doctor and you're a doctor and you don't want to check her out.
I sent the voice message in what you call it. And that's when he said what he just said.
You sent the voice message where?
It was a recording of Sway in the Morning.
Oh yeah.
And they was discussing that.
Yeah.
They was taking up all the beds.
Yeah, because they COVID.
That the guy said that his wife had just passed away because she had cancer and they would not treat cancer.
Well, they treated her, but they sent her home.
Instead
of letting her stay there. And they couldn't because most of the hospitals are now crowded with COVID patients. And if you're a COVID, and most of these new COVID patients didn't get the vaccine, or it's their first time getting it, either one you want to go with. But his point was right though. If you I don't want the shot, I don't want the vaccine, and you get sick, especially due to COVID, you need to stay your motherfucking ass home because ain't nothing the hospital can do anyway. All they gonna do is tell you rest, drink orange juice.
I'm about to say, real. What would be the point?
But everybody go. When you get sick, you run to the hospital.
No, why would you feel like somebody that's not vaccinated is taking up space? I don't understand. Y'all lost me with that.
No, if they're not vaccinated and they have a chance to get vaccinated and you get COVID, don't go to the hospital. That's all I say. Stay home.
Why would you say that?
Why you going to the hospital?
What do you mean?
Because you don't trust the people who made the vaccine. So why would you trust the doctors then? If your distrust is that high, then yeah, you don't need you. Why are you trusting the medical system now? Because you sick. You had a chance to prevent this. Or at least dampen it.
It's not going to prevent it.
All right, then, but it's going to dampen it.
It's obvious.
It would have been to the point you wouldn't have to go to the hospital.
It's obvious the shot will not prevent it.
It ain't got to prevent it.
We passed that stat.
It's going to dampen it, so you ain't got to go to the hospital.
Those stats are clear that taking the shot is not going to prevent it.
Okay. So
that's what they told us at the beginning, though.
So now,
let's stay on topic for a minute.
Okay.
At the beginning,
for taking the shot,
making the shot, Jay.
Taking the shot won't have you go to the hospital.
Tell them again.
Hold on.
Preach on
Jay.
OnlyFans preaching.
Making the shot, everybody was told once you get this shot, you'll not have to worry about nothing. You won't even get COVID. That's worry about.
No, you get mild symptoms of COVID.
No.
That was a correct.
But now,
be thorough.
No.
They said you have mild symptoms of COVID.
Once you realize everybody's still getting this shit and dying, they gotta backtrack.
Again, stop misleading people. Everybody's not dying.
So nobody that had the shot died. That's what you about to say to me?
No, I ain't say that. I said you saying everybody. I'm telling you, get the facts straight.
I had it. They called it recently. She had the shot. Oh, she said she had a tickle in her throat. That's it. But she said her
no homo.
Yeah, no homo. But she said
she like to tickle her throat.
She said her little her grandson though, however, got real sick. He didn't get vaccinated. And her daughter got sick too. My cousin got sick too, and she wasn't vaccinated.
Yeah, it just made me sleep. I was tired for like a day and a half. That's about it. I was like, damn, where my energy go?
Again, what we saying is the person that's vaccinated will be sick too, though.
But you won't feel it as bad.
How do you know that?
Because it's been proven.
How that was proven when people still sick?
Because your antibodies are already adjusted to it. That's the whole point of the vaccine.
The only problem is if you got pre-existing condition.
There you go, and that's what they throwing.
You may want to need the shot.
Yeah, or you over 50. All y'all old heads.
It's a layer of protection.
And besides, the black lady made the shot.
A half a piece of shit of protection, but it's protection. You know what I'm saying?
God, you hear this guy? He won't send his kid to school, but he wants you to send your kid to school.
I'm not saying about it.
I 19 reasons, but my main reason. He keeps saying 19 reasons.
My main reason.
But his kid is under the bracket where we ain't gonna catch it.
I don't want him.
If he do, he ain't gonna be that sick.
I don't want him susceptible to the rules.
What rules?
So that's
to the rules.
See, I went with you, Ray. You ain't know I was going there.
I mean, you only.
I don't want him.
Y'all got kids of that age,
yeah.
So I ain't got to worry about it.
They ain't got them scared of the corona shit.
Yeah, you.
Because kids, like you said, it's not really vulnerable to that shit. But my problem is, like you said before, when you go in there, kids gotta have masks on and all this shit.
So you
I don't want my son sitting in 9 hours with no fucking mask on.
Why not?
People screaming at him to put it on.
Yeah, screaming on.
I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
So that's for me 9 hours for 5 days a week. Screaming at my son about make sure that's on, put it on.
Hey, put it over your nose. Make sure it's over your nose too.
I'd rather have him sitting there fucking home. Fuck it.
And not learning that?
You're not about to stress my son out about this fucking mask, nigga. Okay. Instead of y'all getting whatever the fuck shots y'all need to take, y'all gonna stress my youngin' out about mask and shit.
Yeah, he didn't put that mask
getting everybody motherfucking ventilations on all elementaries and shit. Instead of you doing that, you want to press my son the fuck out. No, we're not doing that.
What you talking about?
What I'm talking about.
Ventilation.
Instead of everybody doing what the fuck they supposed to do in the
ventilation, opening the windows up.
To make ventilations in that bitch.
No. We're gonna have these windows up.
They have all the motherfucking teachers tested or vaccinated ASAP. Everybody walking in that's grown, tested or vaccinated ASAP. And then make it clean for motherfuckers to come in there. Until we do that, why you ask for kids to put masks on their fucking face?
Man, they ain't asking. They demand your kid come back to school.
They demanded him to have a mask on their face.
Yeah, you gotta do that.
For a whole 9 hours. Now, whether y'all believe it or not, we used to be in school for 8 hours, dog.
That shit mandated.
It didn't seem like it, but we was in there for 8 hours, my nigga.
Yeah, but so you can't claim that. I mean, I can claim that.
What do you mean? No, not high school. Now high school, I definitely wasn't in
I
there.
was say, dog, what you talking about? Dog?
3 hours at the most. That was
Yeah,
enough
you
to
was
just
there
get
for
grabbed
all three PE periods. All 3 PE periods and 2 lunch periods.
No, I was up there enough to shoot a little basketball and grab the ladies. And I'm out. But no, the main thing about that is him sitting there with this shit on their face. They can't understand what the fuck each other's talking about. So now that's done. Off the break, they kids.
What you say?
They kids.
What you say?
They're gonna be like, huh? What you say? Gonna take the bitch off, huh? I can hear you now.
Yeah.
All right, then put it back on. Nope, too late. And another thing I was like is stupid as fuck is when you go to restaurants, they tell you to come in there with a mask on.
Yeah,
right?
then take it
How
off
do you
when
eat, real?
You got to unhook one hook, eat a little
How
bit,
do
put
you
the
eat,
mask
real?
back on.
How you eat, real?
I'm gonna tell you how it's done. You unhook one
Do
hook.
your mouth come open?
Hey, you got unhook one hook.
Do your mouth come open, Jay?
You open something up there. You
Is your mouth coming open, Jay?
You put it back over your ear.
Okay, Corona out.
Corona out there now.
So what I do is
So what was the point of that? I'm lost.
I have my mask on my face.
You can't
eat.
Can't eat.
That's the silliest shit.
Then I sit at the table. and I got the mask under my chin.
The food got to go in your mouth.
Yeah,
Food got to go in your mouth.
They have to go in your mouth.
Got to go in your mouth.
So you got 30 people with food have to go in their fucking mouth.
Okay.
Their mouth have to come the fuck open.
Okay.
And what's coming out?
The Rona.
Thank you very much.
The Rona's out there, dog.
So that's the silliest
It's open in
thing
the
I
air.
ever heard.
It's open in the air.
Instead of them closing down, which you don't want to do, right? They're going to tell you put a mask on coming in a fucking restaurant where you have to fucking eat.
And I want to see your vaccination card,
You
sir.
have to eat.
Hey, sir, I want to see your vaccination
Your
card.
mouth have to come open for that.
And
No
sir,
homo.
Sir.
And they want to see a vaccination.
I want to see your vaccination card. It's like a fraudulent.
Oh, you really have to close down
Now
now.
the FBI
Some
check it
places.
down.
You
They
gonna
check
definitely-
chasing them down.
You gonna definitely close down now, baby.
Nah.
You can might well call it. You
Hey,
ain't getting no
Hey,
PPPs
sir,
either. This shit over.
sir, you can't go on without your vaccination card. Where your vaccination card?
This shit over there.
Well, you don't need to come in here, sir.
That joint gonna be empty as
go over
fuck.
there.
You know how empty that
Go
joint
over
is?
there, sir. Go to that restaurant.
You think these restaurants gonna survive talking that dumbass jackass shit?
Yeah, it is.
Jobs. You
Because
got,
motherfuckers want to go out and be entertained.
you got jobs. Talking about, oh, nah, you gotta be vaccinated or
Yeah,
You know
you
what
can't
I'm
work there. Yeah.
no. That's not your field expertise. First of all, motherfucker, I stack boxes, right?
Yeah.
You a warehouse. What you
Yeah.
tell about science and medicine for? What you talking about?
So
Why would you tell me to stick some shit in my body, nigga? What do you got to do with that? You's a warehouse motherfucker.
they not
Or
big.
a fast food ass nigga.
Hey, it's
Why would you tell me to put some shit in my body when you're not a scientist or a fucking doctor?
it's the building.
So if I work in a warehouse and you demanding some shit, I work at Metro and you demanding some shit, who the fuck are you to tell me to put some fucking shit in my system, nigga?
I
They
nigga
follow
sign your
the-
check.
they
Now the
follow-
best you can do is tell me to get tested.
Nope.
But far as you being a fucking scientist now and tell me to put shit in my
Put
body,
that shit in your body.
I wish I was I would sign up and be hired just to be a union rep in all these jobs real quick. Cause I would shut this shit down, nigga.
No,
You would not come at my workers telling them, nigga, you sticking some shit in you or you fired.
Yeah, you gotta come every
Because
week with a
nigga pay all of us, nigga. For the time we all gonna be like this.
No, ain't none of that.
Fuck you. We're not sticking nothing in us. Now what?
What?
Larry Hogan.
You a
got-
fucking
got-
job, nigga. You
Well,
you sell burgers or you a warehouse. What the fuck are you telling me to put shit in my body for? What you got to do with that?
Just shut up and get the damn
Nothing,
shot. In the words
nigga.
of Larry
You're
Hogan.
not a scientist or a doctor. So you ain't even got the right to be telling me to put shit in my body. First of all, as a warehouse owner or a fast food owner, what the fuck are you talking about to me? So discussing anything with medical shit, shut up. And watch it and look at the HIPAA laws. For first of all, I ain't even got to discuss this shit with you. So the whole thing done. Real?
I'm just saying. Hey, you
Fuck
can't-
outta here.
You can't work here and get this money unless you get that vaccination.
You don't know what I do. Nigga, I'm not telling you.
I need
Now
to see your
what?
vaccination card. I need to see proof of that
You,
before you
I'm
enter
not
this
telling
building.
you, nigga. That fuck you. Now
All
what?
right, then. Well, you don't work here. Or you on
No,
extended
no,
leave.
you said what?
Yeah. Oh, my fact.
I want to hear that last word
Yeah,
again
yeah,
so I
yeah,
can get paid.
you
motherfucker.
want to get paid?
I'm not.
You
What
sure?
again?
Oh, yeah, you're not on schedule this week.
No. You said what?
No, you ain't on schedule this week.
No, I was on schedule before.
No,
'Cause I was the best worker.
I know, but we had some, we overhired some
I don't
people.
miss days, nigga.
Yeah, I know. You sure about that? But
Yeah.
yeah, you're not on schedule this
I got a
week.
award last month for the tenants, motherfucker.
Okay,
Now
good
what
for
we
you-
talking
good-
about?
Good for you, though.
Yeah,
But
no, what again?
Yeah, ain't no seniority at this
Fuck
job.
you, right.
Ain't no seniority at this
Fuck
job.
you. You're not a sign. You're not
Like I
telling me to
said.
stick nothing in my ass.
Hey, you can't work here if you
Fuck
ain't
you.
in that
That
shop.
must be Amazon.
Now you can tell me you can tell me pick up a box and straighten it up, motherfucker. But you're not telling me to stick nothing in my
Hey, that
ass.
was all
Fire
okay.
your ass to the office.
Nah, they don't fire you. They say, yeah, you're not in your
You're not
schedule.
doing none of that. I'm not even talking to you.
Yeah,
If I'm at a job site and you told me anything medical, I don't even hear you. And you can't demand me to talk about shit.
No, we're giving our feedback.
Now get back to the boxes, baby. Now get back to the burgers.
No.
Now I can't hear you when you talk about this medical shit because I'm not adopting you, not one either, motherfucker.
Yeah, but
so bye with that. Now back to the burgers, what you had before. Back to the boxes, what you had before.
Like I said, this week.
Back to the riches. Give me the rich.
This week you only be working 8 hours. You only have one shift this week.
Give me the rich.
Yeah, like I said, you only work
8
hours this week.
Like this. Hey.
Nah, we're gonna give you just another hour so you can't do that.
Thank you. I'm gonna just lay back like this. So you can pay me for 80 hours, motherfucker.
No, only 8.
Like I was getting before. Before we had discussion.
No.
Before we had discussion, the money I was getting, the hours I was getting should continue, motherfucker.
Oh, we had a layoff.
Hey, don't let me beat on union rep again, because I will burn everybody ass up.
Hey,
Stick me in where you work at?
Let you off
Amazon. Stick me in Amazon, I'll burn their ass up. Stick me in Metro, I'll burn their ass up. Tell one worker to do anything with a needle, motherfucker. I dare you. I dare you.
Yeah, we ain't gonna say you should get vaccinated, but you should get vaccinated.
I dare you to say anything again. Say it again.
But
first of all, I'm gonna write your fucking ass up and keep asking everybody about some medical shit.
But the jobs,
nigga, don't get me in there. I'll fuck everybody up.
The jobs are now following the mandates of.
I will write you up first. The first thing that comes with is a discussion about medical shit. You wrote up, nigga. Don't talk to us no more.
That's the only thing they doing. They following the.
What is union reps at? Pull your papers out, nigga. Let's get to work.
Larry Hogan doing the mandate now about healthcare workers and
fuck him.
They gotta do it.
That's real, man. He's a Republican. Fuck him.
How's that my man? That's your people.
You the one that's
you say you say he all right.
What?
Jay, when we put up the tape, he said
I told you he was a
Republican. I don't really like Larry Hogan, but when it comes to this Corona shit, he's been doing a good job of that. Did you not say that, Jay?
Nah, don't put
Jay, hey, only fair Jay.
Bush, yeah.
No. You said Larry Hogan. You said I don't like
Hogan.
Yeah, you said I
he's
don't like
a Republican.
Hogan, but he's doing all right with this.
I was trying to keep pointing out to you he's a Republican. Why I'm doing that? Because you sucking his ass. No, I gotta keep reminding you he Republican.
Hey, y'all can check that. Y'all can wait on it. I know I heard.
I can't say nothing about Larry Hogan because I don't live in Maryland. I live in DC.
He's a piece of shit. He's a Republican.
I live in DC. He was all on his nutsack.
But when would that happen?
I'm gonna find that podcast. I'm gonna bring it to you.
You tripping?
I'm gonna find the histories of the recordings.
Youngin.
You know, it ain't too far ago. I'm gonna find the histories and the recordings. I love it, man. That's one thing I love about recording stuff. You can't run away from recordings. Can't be deleted.
He's a Republican.
I think you said that.
That's it.
Yeah, you was like, yeah, you're a
That's
Republican.
That's what I tell you.
But I applaud what
when
he's doing.
The shit hit the road, he gonna vote with Republicans. Did I tell you that?
We ain't talking about this.
But you been every time you suck his dick, I remind you of that.
Nah, I don't suck his dick.
I always tell you, but he Republican.
He didn't want to tell you shut
he would vote with Republicans.
You know?
He said, take the fucking shot.
Yeah, he said just like that.
Remember he told us that? And I tell Road that. He's a Republican.
He said, shut the fuck up, take a shot.
And you was with him with that.
No, I wasn't.
You said, yeah. Remember Hogan told you? You suck his ass.
Yeah, because you like Hogan.
You had your head up his ass. Remember he told you take the shot.
Don't try to put me in.
And I told you.
He's a Republican. Don't put me in your shoes.
What I tell you then?
No, I'm saying you want to cut vouch for this man.
I say he Republican.
You said I don't really like you Republican, but I applaud what he's doing during the coronavirus outbreak. You said that, not me.
What Trump do?
I ain't talking about Trump. You said it for Trump too.
It's a lot of people. You can't do me. You can't do me like that. Okay. Because I'm gonna point out shit they do right.
All right, then. There you go.
I don't care.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
You know what I'm saying?
But that's your man's name.
They some piece of trash.
No, but he's still your man.
What I always say, the clock is always right, even if you ain't got no fucking batteries.
Okay. So they did something
good.
good.
Out, unplug it. They still gonna be right.
But he did something good. But that's not your man's. But yeah, you applaud for doing something good.
What did he do good?
I just told you what you said.
He didn't do shit.
He said Larry Hogan did something good. He said he handled the coronavirus outbreak. Okay, that was what Rabbit said. And I'm thinking about full podcast, maybe 5.
Yeah, you.
I'm gonna find it though. You don't find it.
You talking when you said take the shot?
Nah, I ain't gonna talk about that.
I told you then he's a Republican asshole.
I know y'all said something about Trump doing a good job.
Yeah, we discussed that to nauseam. Your man sounds like a Trump supporter, but it's okay. But he don't support Trump.
But in my opinion, Trump is the reason why this shit is going on.
No, he said both of y'all said y'all blame him for the deaths of the corona.
No,
I said I can't get on that board. He filled me on that. That's where we was at.
No,
he want to turn that into now I support Trump. See what I'm saying?
I said
I said 2 podcasts ago.
I said that I believe that I was on board with that a little bit.
Exactly, both of you.
A little bit.
There was somebody else.
A little bit.
Shorty was on this
I was on
motherfucker.
board
He said the same thing.
But I said, for real, I said, it's Trump's fault that this is going on anyway. Yeah, I said,
it's hard for me to blame him for people dying. That I can't do.
Okay. Yeah.
But
I could blame him for
if he wasn't president, we don't know what
happened.
happened. Exactly. That would go all the way back to where my problem was with these black misleaders. That got him in office. See what I'm saying?
And then when he got in office, he fired everything that was Obama.
You gotta realize
because it was Obama's name on it.
Black people gotta realize
put in place.
Black people, I love you a lot, especially the black ladies. You know what I'm saying? That you have to take voting seriously, dog. I'm not even bullshit. This is some serious shit.
The fucked up part about it, people were still saying he did a good job.
You cannot listen to misleaders. You know what I'm saying? You gotta take voting serious. You know, black people as a whole gotta take voting serious. And who we vote for is real serious. So this time, let's take for example the pig that we had in there, the redneck fucking racist pig that we had in there for 4 years. He got in there because we had misleading black people, turning off some black people and liberals with bullshit ass speeches for the redneck demon or just for themselves and beating up Democrats. You know what I'm saying? That was their thing. Therefore, you don't get a Democrat in that you say you don't like. Well, it doesn't matter who that person fucking is, long as it's the Democratic Party. Y'all don't get it. You know what I'm saying? But y'all ain't give a fuck. Y'all want to tear down the bitch. So we ended up with a racist pig who ain't give a fuck about politics, who ever give a fuck about government, and give a fuck about people.
Just himself.
That's what y'all got in it. That's what y'all was happy with. You know what I'm saying? That's what you get. So therefore, now we got what? Corona. You got a war about to build up. Why? Because you had a nigga on the switch for 4 years. They ain't know what the fuck he was doing.
He didn't really care.
Exactly. And you took it as it's not so serious. It's either him or her. Who cares? Who cares? Now you see who cares. It's a sloppy fucking mess left behind. A mess. The motherfucker Obama administration was ready for this shit. In fact, I'll pull up a speech right now. Obama told you that was going to be an airborne fucking disease.
2014.
Prepare for it.
2014.
It was two of them, matter of fact.
No.
It was this and Ebola.
He took care of Ebola on his own.
Right, but then when Trump came in there,
after Ebola, he had another speech.
So what you saying is
and told you prepare for another one.
So you saying since 2014 they've been working on a coronavirus vaccine?
Yes, they have.
Okay. So now, then why would you not take something that's been 6 years in the making?
No, let me finish. No. First of all, Obama was already ahead of this. Told you this was going to happen. He told you in 2 speeches, motherfucker, the speeches that y'all never listen to because y'all misleaders, black misleaders. He explained in both of these speeches, right? That in the future we're going to have an airborne fucking disease. Respiratory disease. He said these out of his fucking mouth. Early to let you know. That means what? That president was already preparing for something like that, right? But you get a clown in there
that don't, he was serious.
That don't give a fuck and don't care. What was the first thing he did when he walked in office?
Fired everything that was black.
Rid of everything that had anything to do with coronaviruses, anything studying viruses,
anything
gone. So he started from scratch now with viruses, coronas, all types of shit that they were studying from the beginning. He cut off. Want to know why they were studying? Because you had a president that gave a fuck, that studied shit, that gave a fuck about science. You see what I'm saying? But y'all misleaders, I'm not going to keep saying real, okay? But the Nina Turners of the world, the Killer Mikes, you misleaders, you get a fucking redneck in there and who don't care, a billionaire at that, who cares? And he's a racist on top of it. He gets him in there, he does nothing for 4 years. Pay attention to nothing. You got Afghanistan turning upside down right on his nose. He don't give a fuck. He's sucking Russia ass. For some odd reason, Russia was nice to him. He kept saying he give a fuck about China and all this nonsense. Again, that was another thing I gave him about China and this motherfucking corona. It was something about him and the corona in China that something about it. I said, it's got to be something there. Remember, I kept on telling y'all there. It's something about the corona in China. He keeps saying he don't know what he's talking about, but it's something there with him. You know what I'm saying? It was something there, right? So I'm doing a little snooping, right? I snoop. I'm a podcast host now. You know what I'm saying? So I'm snooping. And I'm figuring what is really happening, how to start and how we begin this, right? So we go back in 2009, listen to Dr. Fauci talk out of his mouth. I'm listening to him. No, he talking about airborne diseases. And it's something that they do as scientists. What do they do, bro? It's something out there black people need to know what they do.
They
as
experiment.
scientists. They experiment with COVID vaccines. Real? And guess who was the spearhead of those COVID vaccine experiments? Real, take one guess, bro.
The black lady.
No, the experiments itself, before she came in to do the corona, to stop the disease. I'm talking about who started it. It started that. We're going back into China again and that wet market. Y'all remember that one? Y'all forget that? We did a whole podcast. We went over that wet market thing. Y'all remember that shit? It's over there in what the hell is that? Wuhan? China or some shit?
Yeah.
Dr. Fauci. Dr. Fauci, the top scientist, is what Rail say. But Dr. Fauci was doing some motherfucking shit over there in Wuhan. And there's some reason why every time he testified, he gets an explosion. Wanna know why, Rail? Because people are asking him, why you was over there? Wasn't y'all experimenting on these COVID-19s? And he keeps saying people don't know what they're talking about. Ain't that something real? When everybody in China know they was in there experimenting COVID. Wanna know what they do, real? Here's something I found out too, real. This is a funny thing about this. They get COVID out of bats. This is your man, Dr. Fauci. He was doing this. This is when it got out. He ain't been doing it since for some reason. All right. He gets them out of bats, real. You have COVID now. Now you have COVID in the little tube now, right?
So what you're
They
saying,
put go ahead.
So basically, what you're saying is nuclear warfare.
No. Him and Korea together. Now America too, because they funding this. But Dr. Fauci, the key name to this, was the United States representative, and he was ahead of this shit. So what they was doing, now Dr. Fauci always explode when somebody asks him about this, but these are facts. That's why I only bring up facts on this podcast, right? Dr. Fauci. Now again, what Dr. Fauci was doing over there, and he do admit this, was getting COVID out of bats himself, just before we even had COVID anywhere. Getting them out of bats and putting steroids on him to make it even more stronger. COVID.
Somebody was saying something about somebody was eating bats.
You want to know why they was making it stronger though? Now, no, everybody's got their hands in this. Now, Obama started this, right? But he stopped it because he was scared. Guess what, Real? Some of that shit might get out. And guess what Dr. Fauci did? After Obama shut that bullshit down. Now, Obama started it now because he thought if you was to steroids these COVIDs and then you get a vaccine and stop the COVID, you're ahead of the COVID once it come out in the future. You ahead of it because you steroided it up, you speeded it up, you made it stronger, and then you stopped it as it was strong. So when it come out in the future, you have a vaccine that's strong enough for anything to come out. So it was a good idea, bro. Right? Right or wrong?
So you mean tell me that nigga
fuck with Mother Stay Nature. With me. Don't go into your radical this yet.
Got mad.
We're not ready.
Did we not learn from Jurassic Park? You don't fuck with nature.
Oh, who are we talking about?
Why your man Obama will okay this?
See what I mean? See what he just did? Let me finish before you radical it up. Hold up.
I ain't radical nothing up.
Before you go into the radical,
why would you do this?
No, let me finish.
Oh yeah, you just explained it. It sounds real dumb. He wants you to prepare for a disease that ain't here yet, but could be here.
Now,
and steroid it up.
Again, this is a good idea though. Be honest with you, because you're preparing for a disease, right?
That could be here because we
like
fuck with
now,
bats.
for example,
because we fuck with bats. You fuck with bats, huh, Jay?
Oh, No.
You Batman out here.
For example.
You Batman. That's what's up.
No, that's what COVID comes from, bats.
All right then. So who fucking with bats? We Batman out here?
It comes from bats and gets to humans. So what scientists do is get it out of bats now.
Hey, we used to a bat, Jay.
And then they put steroids in it.
Okay.
To make it a super COVID virus.
We understand that.
It's funny that he said that because when COVID first hit, I was working in a hospital and people was like, "This shit came from bats. It came from bats. It came from bats."
Damn, South Park was right.
There.
Now,
South Park was right again.
back to what now?
They weren't the only one.
Okay, that's cool. But just the origin, because the fact that we did a podcast about that makes me say, okay, let's go deeper into this shit then, right? So far, everybody with me, right? Obama started a task force, scientists, to jump ahead of COVID viruses and make the vaccine ahead of time before they get stronger, right? Which is a good idea, whether nobody know that or not. Because right now you already have the vaccine, you wouldn't have to make it. You get it, Real? You get it, Jay? Now, it was a good idea. But the only danger in that is that shit will leak out. Then what? Everybody in the world will have it.
There you go.
You get that?
And guess what?
We clear so far.
So you said it was a good idea.
Hold up.
You said it was a good idea.
Clear so far.
How's that a good idea?
Stop for a minute, Jay.
It's a good idea for the government.
I mean, it was a good idea. It was a good idea to get ahead of a vaccine, to make a vaccine ahead of a COVID virus, which is we in now, right? You wouldn't have to make it. But you would already have it.
Here's my question to all.
Get that now, Jay? Hold.
Here's my question for all of that.
That sounds
Why would the fuck would they make a virus?
Okay, cool.
There you go.
Obama shut it down. Told everything, you can't do that no more. No more on your soul. You can't. That's illegal now. You hear me so far? Dr. Fauci. Then Dr. Fauci went to Wuhan lab. Him and another scientist over there continued with funding from America now. Continued it. Not on America's soil. He did it on his own from that point on.
Under the secrecy.
He did it on his own. Now, he started doing it over there in Wuhan, Korea, and an outbreak break out over there. How'd that happen? How'd that happen, Real?
You tell us. You made them. You black man the PR here.
All I'm doing is putting in the facts. I just told everybody the facts in America, right?
He ain't naming source material on none of these facts either. But okay,
I'm giving you complete facts.
Okay, you gotta name source material on these facts, so we too can check
CNN and NBC News.
Oh no, them, you mean a Republican and a Democrat name?
No. Let's back up. Let's get back to the
CNN.
Facts. Let's get back to America now.
These
everything
are
I told you are
facts.
Place. These are facts. You can look these up in the government documents.
Yeah,
they
say that.
They had, in fact, the name of the joint. I just can't remember the name of the operation itself.
Yeah, you need to link all that
because one thing about it, it was shut down by Obama, so it wasn't supposed to exist no more. But Dr. Fauci made it continue to exist. Now, the reason we stopped it in America, got the best equipment in the world. Jay, Real, y'all agree? The best equipment, science equipment. You can't find a better equipment than America.
I don't know about that, but
and we too scared that it might leak out. So you take it to I don't know if you can say China is a third world country or Korea.
No, it's not.
But the scientific value that you have here compared to there are two different levels.
No, not really.
Two different levels.
Everything is made there. So therefore,
now, you keep saying that. That means nothing.
Made in China.
You can make some shit in your basement. What would that mean to you?
It means they got the blueprint of how you make it.
It means nothing.
They need your blueprint to do it. You don't think why you think Mitsubishi and Samsung got
if I send you
brands?
If I send you some motherfucking measurements to cut out some motherfucking metal, you don't know what the fuck they didn't go to or how that works.
But I know I can send it to
just
my scientists to understand.
Cut that shit in China. Don't know what you don't even know what they go to.
All right, you don't understand what market saturation is. Then. Jay, why they got a cheap or something expensive?
I want to know why Dr. Fauci went over in China and started to continue this fucking super COVID thing he did. Steroid up in COVID and then acting like he don't know where this come from.
Maybe he thought it was a career case.
Do any black people know that he was doing that first?
No.
Fuck black people. Did anybody know that he was actually involved in that?
Why would they know?
The head scientist and again, your man Trump fired him. And again, I kept telling you, there's something fishy about this shit here. And sometimes this nigga don't know what he's saying, but it might be right what he's doing. Didn't I tell y'all that day?
Sound like he work for a pharmaceutical.
I kept telling y'all something about this shit. It's fishy. He said China, he don't know how to articulate shit. But he fired main man. We don't know why he fired the top scientists. You feel me?
Yeah.
But when you look back on it now, you're thinking, okay, I would fire his ass too. Right or wrong? I would fire this nigga. He would not be my top scientist for COVID if he was the one making COVID.
I mean, but he would not have.
Right or wrong, though?
He would not have reversed.
No, I want to go, Jay. If you was the president, would you hire the top scientists of the world to be the one that made the COVID?
Yeah.
That started this problem.
Yeah, if he started the problem, how are we gonna get somebody to fix it though?
Yeah, you need his notes. You need his brain.
He not admitting that he was part of the problem, though, Jay. Well,
He in denial. But his ass gonna fix what he fucked up. If he can't, then you gotta execute that nigga.
he's supposed to be fired then, right? If he had this said, nope, I ain't gonna do it, what would you do as president? As you know, this nigga did that. Talk to me, Jay. Real? What would you do if you president and your top scientist was involved in the COVID shit? You find out, wait a minute, he was the one that cooked it up. I have to get rid of him, though. ASAP. What would you do? I would. What would you do?
I told you.
But he's the one that cooked it up, and he's not saying he did that.
All right, we worry about getting his ass later. We gonna he
so he stays in your administration, right?
Yeah, he gonna stay till he fixes this shit.
Yeah, we gonna have to fix that shit.
He gonna fix it. He ain't
How you fixing it when he's saying he ain't gonna do it?
Tell my scientists over here what the fuck you did. What's the word you put in that shit?
No.
How many times you nuked that shit? And what did you do to this back?
No, he's saying he had nothing to do with it.
Did you add human semen to this back? What did you do to this back?
What can you do? He's saying he had nothing to do with it. Now what?
Nah, he got notes.
He got no
see what I'm saying?
Wuhan got him too.
You gotta think about it. If he created something,
you will fire him.
You have to jot down notes. You have to put down
because he's not saying he was involved. But you as president know he was involved.
So you want guilt or you want to get shit done?
He's not gonna say he did it, so how you gonna fix it?
He gonna have to fix it. Cause he the only one that knows.
He's not understanding.
He the only one that knows what he doing.
Exactly, but only way for him to say that is to say he did that. But he's not doing that.
Why would he not say it? Why would he not say he?
But you got a problem.
He didn't do it when he started in America.
He got a problem.
He ain't been doing this lately. Now what?
Him and the government will run into a problem if he do admit that.
Oh yeah, he done. He ain't never gonna touch another sperm in his life.
Okay,
and he gonna get shot on site.
Let me ask you though.
By a raccoon.
But what can you do though if you the president other than fire him?
I mean, you can.
What can you do, Jay? You know this nigga just being fucking. He's not helping you. He's not saying he had anything to do with it. What would you do? You know he had something to do with it. At least he had something to do with some shit you know he ain't supposed to be doing. You know he went over there and did that. That's why the nigga kept saying, y'all gotta go back and listen to this nigga. I'm gonna go back and listen to Trump when he was talking about China a lot. Because this person was president. He had information that we didn't have. And he'll not articulate shit. You know what I'm saying? But he can just say like China and Dr. Fauci. You feel me? Where he don't know what he's saying, but he's saying some shit that making some points, but he don't know.
Y'all hear this, man?
Nigga, I just laid out some shit from you.
No, I'm just talking about the way you defend Trump, but do you not defend Trump? You saying he's saying shit, but he can't articulate.
But
shit.
everything I just
this
told
nigga
you,
ran a company and he can't speak.
But everything I just told you, he knew at the time.
But you gotta remember,
do you understand that?
Had went down
Hold on, Jay.
You telling me? I'm just saying what you that.
Let's be realistic here.
No, I'm just saying. You saying he can't say something clearly.
Him as president knew what we just found out. What I just
but
told
he couldn't articulate that.
Hold on. Everything I just told you, he knew. Right? Then we didn't know. Have a clue of that. Right? He didn't articulate everything I just said. But he could just say China and motherfucker Dr. Fauci.
Nah,
but
it sounds like something else.
He kept on saying it's China fault. That's all he was saying.
He ain't that ignorant.
Huh?
A lot of things he ain't that ignorant.
That nigga dumb as fuck.
I don't know why you get that from.
What?
He's smarter than you think.
He's smarter than we think.
No, he can't articulate nothing though.
Now,
Like as
he
president,
feel as though he don't have to. There's a difference between can and won't. He don't feel like he have to do it.
as president,
And that's what you miss.
You have to articulate what I just did right there to make America understand Dr. Fauci was part of this problem.
And he got 1,000 advisors around him who could have done the speech up.
Instead of us looking at Dr. Fauci as the savior. Now you see what I'm saying? You get it? But he don't not articulate that Dr. Fauci was involved in such and such.
How many motherfucking advisors he got?
It doesn't matter.
He can't write him a speech to tell him everybody what you just did.
I don't know what excuses you making up for people.
I ain't making an excuse. I'm trying to see how dumb you sound right now.
How dumb I sound?
He got a whole administration and can't nobody rewrite all that shit you just said and make it comprehensible for me and Jay to understand.
Nigga, you just went
Niggas
4
get
years.
paid to do that.
You just went 4 years with this idiot. Do you know he don't know how to comprehend shit and tell you nothing?
But it ain't just him.
Fuck.
He got all these people around him. So all these people done too?
He got all these people around him from the beginning. They don't know how to help him.
Don't articulate even.
Hey, that's how it went. I ain't got nothing to do with that. Well, I'm telling you what the facts are.
So
the
you
facts
are,
these are the things we didn't know he knew. That's all I'm saying.
You hoping he knew. How you know he knew?
He knew this.
He knew that Fauci.
He was the president.
Okay, so you thought they exposed him to this?
He knew it was a fucking joint we was doing and shut it down. And Dr. Fauci was in head of it. He the president. He had to know that.
So that's his excuse for being nonchalant about it?
Because in his mind, thinking this motherfucker Dr. Fauci did this shit on his own some fucking way.
So why was he so nonchalant about it?
It's his fucking fault and China's fault. He did that. That's in his mind. That's all he's saying.
So why he say, I ain't worried about that, the China flu?
He don't know how to get, that's it. That's all he know how to say. He don't know how to get up there and make a speech and articulate how this went down and make him think.
But he can say China flu.
I don't give a fuck. I'm not his advisor. Nigga, I'm telling you how he was and how he is. He's a fucking idiot.
But he knew that.
He can't articulate
He knew that.
shit.
And instead of saying we got a mess to clean up, he said he's going to blame China.
He kept on screaming what? China. And he fired Dr. Fauci ass. We didn't know why. He kept on saying China though, real. And Dr. Fauci needed to be fired. Those are two things out of it we got though, right? That's all I'm saying. He's an idiot, but some of these things he wasn't right on. He just didn't know how to articulate it to us. Because he's a fucking dumbass. But you, I don't know what you're saying right now. You want to say you want to defend the fact that he's dumb or what? I don't know.
I'm telling you what you're saying don't make sense.
Would I say, did that happen?
How would we know that? And I'm saying, if he knew that, how, if he wanted to tell you that, he would have told you that. He split the narrative the way he wanted to spin it. And go back to the original point why we even talking about this, where Jay said he wasn't not blamable. Jay. Because he took a lackadaisical approach to the whole thing. You skipped over the whole fact that he dismissed it.
Forget that.
Not even what Fauci said. When he started seeing cases of it,
Jay.
it's in China. Don't worry about it. It ain't going to come to America. Then it started showing up in America. What did he do? He sat there like, I ain't worried about it. I ain't worried about it.
I don't care nothing about
you glossing over all that to come to me talking about Fauci has something to do with it.
I don't care nothing about none of that. I'm telling you the facts are, and what I kept hearing from him. That's all I'm saying, Jay. And Jay, the 4 years he was in there, did he articulate any fucking thing?
No.
That's all I'm saying. So when he got this information, he probably ran out the door and started screaming China and fired Dr. Fauci. He don't know how to articulate everything that was going on. He didn't know how to say that we had our government was super steroiding fucking COVID, and Obama shut it down. He didn't know how to do that. So he in his mind he knew Dr. Fauci ran away with this shit. That's all he knew in his mind. That's all I'm saying, dog. He's a jackass. He don't know what the fuck how to articulate none of that. That's all I'm saying. And sometimes when we was listening to him, I kept on saying something about this shit that don't sound right.
So what reason would Trump will have to fire the doctors that was on top of it? What you think?
Dr. Fauci?
Nah, I'm talking about the doctors that Obama was.
No, he was from the beginning. He was dumb. He was just being him. He was being. I don't want anything Obama did. Get rid of it. And as soon as you bring, hey, what about this task force about Corona? Get rid of it. Obama did it. Get rid of it. He don't want to hear it. That's how he was from the beginning. That has nothing to do with anything. That's just him. How he did everything.
You mean his bigotry?
Exactly. And it got him fucked in the end because he was stuck with this shit in his hand after doing that like a jackass.
So now, just go back to my point. Was it Trump's fault that this shit happened?
No, not his fault that the pandemic spread it.
Yep.
How can you do that? It spread. I think it spread before he got in office, didn't it?
But he let it loose.
I mean, I don't know. Y'all blame him for the death. That's the
No,
part I can't do.
No, I'm blaming him for the shit.
For being a fucking idiot and dumb as fuck and not up for the job. Fuck yeah, he gonna fuck everything up.
And it's funny
that's my problem with misleaders.
And it's funny that you said that because he was on Fox News the other day. He said, "Wow, I didn't realize how important being the president is."
Exactly. It's the fact that you in charge of people's lives, nigga. And people don't look at it like that. They look at it as some type of game. She got hair. She used to do this and all this.
And the fucked up part about it, when
and you end up with a racist who don't give a fuck.
And the fucked up part about it, he was president. People down left and right, and we find this motherfucker at on a golf course.
Nigga didn't give a fuck about nothing about governments, man. Nothing. I can see if a motherfucker just put Hillary in there and just put her ass to the wall, but you let a racist bigot get in there. It's like y'all ain't got nothing to know. You can't talk no more. It's like, what was that? And of course he was racist. Not even the fact that he's racist. Let's take the racist part out. This nigga was incompetent, Slim. He was the dumbest fuck. He was not ready to be president. Just leave that be. Take the races out. He's a sloppy fucking piece of mess. And y'all let that come in there, and that alone will fuck America up. That alone will have pandemic spreading. That alone will have wars out of hand. Just motherfucker don't know what they doing. Just that alone, nigga. Just know what you're doing first. Then I can argue your fucking Republican and Democrat points. Just know what you're doing first.
Didn't you see people that he was appointing into the office? They was all racist.
Niggas like us. Niggas on TV and shit like that getting appointed to big spots. Don't know what the fuck they doing.
It was the main spots.
Fuck out of here,
the main spots was picked by.
That's why I blame all these black misleaders.
The main spots that was picked, that was in these spots, that was in the office, was fucking racist anyway.
You can't start at Trump saying, "Oh, is it his fault?" How the fuck he get there? That's who you blame right there. The black misleaders like Ice Cube, Nina Turner, Killer Mike.
And then
fuck out of here.
See how they flipped the narrative.
And Radical Real.
Then I see how they flipped the narrative where the police brutality shit going on. And then, when January 6th happened, it was Blue Lives Matter left and right until January 6th happened, the insurrection of the Capitol. Then all of a sudden that shit went out the window. It don't mean Blue Lives Matter. To them, Blue Lives don't matter unless they fucking with us.
Bro,
what do y'all think about that?
That's always a single narrative on that. But yeah, with all that, that Trump and all that, sexism always trumps racism. They weren't gonna see a female be there. Just like your girl Camilla, that's closest she gonna ever get to the seat because she ain't gonna get there you. The world won't want to see a woman in charge for whatever it is. Blue, red, don't matter. Sexism trumps racism. So that was already doing when the Democrat Party put her there.
I don't think
when I told you they shouldn't have nominated her. I told you they should have nominated Hillary
Clinton. Do you think if all the black people went out and voted like they did this past time, she would have won?
No.
She only lost by 100,000. It's like 80,000 votes, my nigga.
Because like, you didn't have the full force of the
rednecks. Really though? If we ain't had the Ice Cubes and the motherfuckers.
They didn't even say shit back then. Killer Mike didn't either.
What? They beat Hillary ass up, man, and sucking that old white motherfucking dick, man. Get out of here.
That's because they didn't want her. They wanted Bob Sanders.
Okay,
you didn't want Bob Sanders.
It's their fault that
it was a party torn. Okay, the party should have listened.
It was their fault. We told
her a woman was not going to win.
It's their fault. We got pandemics then. If you want to blame Trump,
well, if you want to blame
y'all blame Trump, I'm gonna put y'all in a pickle.
You can't do that. If they don't want a chick there, you fuck.
Okay, cool. If
y'all you put it on for the party, then
if y'all blame Trump for that shit, then you gotta blame the black misleaders for putting them there.
Why she ain't run again?
Fuck out of here.
Why she ain't run again?
She too old. Nobody wanna go through that nonsense. Y'all motherfuckers.
No. Hey, your man, 77. He ain't, man.
Y'all don't care.
He is 77. Didn't mind.
Nobody gonna put themselves through this shit.
Bob Sanders 80.
And niggas like
Bernie Sanders 80. They want to do that.
See, the thing about that is that they didn't really. The party just didn't really care about Hillary. They know that this was gonna be her last hurrah. And they actually wanted Trump to win anyway.
They had all them females.
They actually wanted Trump to win anyway because Obama was there, and they wanted to.
No, they thought they were split. What they thought was, we just had a black president. Let's go and start a female right behind it, and everybody was gonna vote the same. That shit didn't work. Motherfuckers didn't like Hillary, and you can't change that.
Okay, you don't like Hillary, but a bigot, racist, pink ass redneck.
It didn't matter for them.
This history right here gonna turn back on people that thought like this and gonna look at y'all
But that's-
real
It
crazy.
didn't matter because we are the majority of the
Because y'all
other county. I mean,
y'all
the country.
put up anything that had
problem-
anything to do with anything
the
against
problem-
a pig,
But see,
racist pig.
the
at that.
problem was that people didn't.
There's
go
no
out and
excuse.
vote. People didn't really
Because
go out and vote.
You had it suppressed by Nina Turner, Killer Mike,
Well, people
Ice
felt-
Cube,
people
with,
felt that.
this nigga, Wayne, Lil Wayne, jackasses.
Like I said,
That's why
he
ain't
trying
I
to
having
bash
this
people.
podcast
They
sometimes.
didn't
The
really
black
try to bash people
leaders.
with
They didn't
influence.
really like Hillary.
Thank you.
Again,
Nobody
you
like
keep
Hillary.
saying you don't like Hillary,
And
but
for what he
you
said,
got a
the
redneck
black
pig
culture
racist on the
Donald
other
Trump.
side.
And
Nigga.
the reason why they
Fuck
did,
out of here.
And a lot of people love Donald Trump until they realized Donald Trump was racist.
What?
The black culture liked it Donald Trump
Trump,
before they
the
realized
fuck
he was
outta here,
racist.
man.
They didn't know he was racist until he became president.
Fuck out of here.
yeah, they did.
And that's when he switched up because he had
Fuck
to
outta here.
because
Fuck
he was
outta here.
Republican.
Fuck out of here.
He said what he wanted to say. Donald Trump was in all the raps. Everybody wanted motherfucking Trump in Las Vegas and motherfucking AC. All the bosses, all the rappers, all of them was always up Trump's ass. He was always out there in the black culture. It wasn't until recently.
He was never in the black
Until
culture.
recently, till he showed that when his parties lied, that's when that shit changed. Do your research
He was never
before
in
you
the
jump
black
out there
culture.
like
He
that.
was never in the black
Whatever. You go back there and look at all the motherfucking pictures of all your people that you don't paying black leaders was out there chilling with this nigga.
All right, so he got a passion.
Niggas was there.
He got a motherfucking show that half of these niggas went on.
Yeah, that too.
So what you talking about? They gonna have
and
pictures.
he out the motherfucking out Las Vegas.
They gonna
Everybody
have
out
pictures.
there, Trump Tower.
They gonna have pictures.
Yeah, then he out New York. All you motherfucking your peoples,
Yeah.
your rappers are out there doing it up with him.
He had the
Be in
biggest.
every other verse.
Real, you just rapping now. He had the biggest and most luxurious motherfucking hotels in the world.
But he bigger than the
So
racists.
what
Why
you
you
talking
going
about,
there?
dog?
But he bigger than the racists.
No,
Why you going there?
again, you keep
But because he wasn't
you
identified
going
as
over
that.
what you saying by mumbling
No,
over this shit.
you're not listening.
What are you
I'm
talking
telling
about?
you, before he came out and became president,
And them
you didn't
titties.
know he was that racist. You didn't even know he
And
was that
again,
racist.
you're not making
You
no sense.
didn't know until he became president.
Who cares?
That's how he got president.
He used to
Because he
come-
didn't
No,
show it.
again,
He
no.
didn't show it.
All right, he didn't show it. So how would you know
Who
he was that
cares?
bigoted? I didn't know he was that bigoted
That's
until
not
he
what
got
you,
became president.
that's not what you said though.
I'm telling you that.
You said he was in the black culture.
He
nigga.
was.
How the fuck he was in the
Because
black
that was
culture?
all up with that nigga nutsack.
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
What
He
that
made
mean?
appearance, he made
You
appearance-
explain it to him, Jay, because he ain't hearing me. I
Okay.
think he just want to go against me
Because he
was
went on
wrong.
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, he was in the black culture.
He was on a lot of shit, dog.
He was on
He was on a lot of shit that deal with African Americans. African Americans gravitated towards him.
Donald
If that
Trump
nigga was the racist as you said, why would you as a boxer go there?
again.
And why
my
would you
nigga.
as a patriot go to Trump Tower?
Are
Why
you
would
done?
you go there?
Are you
Why
done?
would you go there?
Are you done?
You saying he was that racist and that bigoted, why would they go there?
Are you done yet?
No, I'm not, because you didn't know he was that racist until he became president.
Who cares?
So how would you saying we are the
Let's
blame
go
for putting
back
in
to
Trump?
what you said.
No,
you said,
let's go back to what you said. You said we're the blame for putting Trump in there. They didn't see him as a racist then. He didn't act like it.
none
He
of
didn't become
matters.
that until he became president.
It doesn't matter. No,
And the
he
party
was a
told me he
racist.
had to be
He
there.
was a racist when he ran.
Right? I
What
mean, you
talking
say
about?
what you want.
So what are you rapping about? You ain't making no
You
sense.
sure?
Now,
He ain't sure that shit he was saying then
are
when
you
he
done
became
now?
president.
Are you done?
He was on the Jeffersons.
Are you done?
Throw
Are
the
you
time
done
out
now?
there.
He
I'm
was
done.
on-
But yeah, go ahead, Jake. Say what you
He
saying.
was on the Jeffersons. I'll take Manhattan. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. The Nanny, Sudden Susan, The Drew Carey Show, Nightman, Spin City, Sex and the City, The Job, The Ali G Show, The Saturday Night. Of course, The Apprentice, Days of Our Lives, 58, Raw, WrestleMania, Comedy, Central Rose, Curiosity, Top Gear, American, Build America, Fear City, New York versus the Mafia. It was on the music video on Our Own by Bobby Brown. Which was featuring movie, Pizza commercial. Yeah, he was on a couple. He was on a couple of little black stuff.
Is Jim Curry in the black community?
Yeah.
What? What are you talking about, man?
No, I'm saying.
What are you talking about?
I'm saying that he's
Is
accepted.
Jim Curry in the black community?
I'm
These
saying
niggas are not in the black community. What are you talking about?
Jim Carrey is accepted in the black.
It's not in the black community.
Only reason why I say that is because
Only reason this nigga wasn't even mentioned in the black community because he rich. and we allude to him as a rich person. That's it. Every time you on a show, it's because he's rich. Any shit he name it because he's rich. That's it. Any video because he's rich. That's it, nigga. And then he had a boxing. First of all, the nigga owned almost all motherfucking boxing. Anything that you box in, he owned. All the famous motherfucking all the biggest hotels, he owned. The most luxurious ones.
And the businesses got.
He has a pageant. No, before that, he has a pageant, which is all ladies all over the world. Like, what are you talking about? That don't make him a black in a black fucking culture. That makes all these people that's involved in most of this shit. He on top of the fucking who pay the checks. So if you're a boxing nigga, of course you will take a picture with fucking Donald Trump because you're boxing in his fucking joint. I mean, what the fuck? If you're a pageant, you fucking want to be a model, you want to take a picture with the fucking nigga that owns shit. Like, that don't put this nigga, clown ass nigga in the black culture. What the fuck are you talking about? Jim Curry not in the black culture. Just because they fucking was on, his nigga was on fucking Living Color for 4-5 years. That don't make this nigga in the black culture. Nigga, I can pull up some raps right now. I was rapping in 2000, where I alluded to Trump. What the fuck that mean? I don't like him. I alluded to money. That nigga rich. The fuck are you talking about? That's the only thing that he meant. He had another show. Where people was going on. Ex-stars and ex-rappers. Like, what the fuck? Of course you want to take a picture with him. Everything he involved with, black people do. We box. We entertain, nigga. We models. So get the fuck out of here, all right?
So
he's a fucking bigot.
So what you're saying
he's
is
a Russian racist. And the day he started,
they knew he was a racist. They still
punished.
No. So what you're saying is they knew he was a racist, and they took pictures with him. So we canceling all them people then.
Again,
you too. You right? You put them in your rhymes. You knew this nigga was a racist.
Again, if the only
nigga you know got money, you can't say Bill Gates. You had to say Donald Trump.
Are you done?
Make sense, dog. Make sense. You saying you couldn't find nothing else to rhyme but Donald Trump? Yeah. That's the only big rich nigga you know.
Don't go to a lot of shit. Like what?
You really want to say okay?
Because he like again boxing.
Stop making excuses, dog.
Pageant.
Like I said, he was there. And everybody thought he was homeless. The nigga was on the cover.
Nigga, you remember Central Park 5? Where the fuck you been?
You remember it?
No, you forgot, motherfucker.
Obviously, you
that was long time before he ran, nigga.
Why you put it in your rap then?
Nigga, that was long time before he ran.
Okay, so why you
put
it in your rap?
So you wasn't saying he was in the black culture and nobody knew he was racist.
You
forgot about the Central Park 5,
hey,
nigga.
Yeah, what you talking about? You forgot. This is facts I'm giving you. Everything me and Jay just broke down to you.
Forgot about the Central Park 5.
Hey, Jay, everything me and you told him was just facts. And he in his feelings right now.
Now I'm in my feelings. What are you talking about?
Because you had Donald Trump in your raps. I know you had Donald Trump.
You're not even making no sense.
Apparently, everybody else forgot about the Central Park 5.
Again, you're a boxer. This nigga is a Trump. You're boxing in Trump joint. You take a picture with the what the fuck? That don't make you like him.
Yeah.
What are y'all talking about? You got models that's growing up to be models. You got the biggest pageant in the world. That don't make you like this fucking clown.
But you sold your soul out, right?
You playing a football team.
But you sold your soul out, right?
Let me talk, nigga. You playing a football team. These are fucking bigots and racists. That don't mean shit. You worked your whole life to be a fucking quarterback or running back. You ain't got nothing to do with that, nigga.
Hershey Walker.
You take a picture with the owner. That don't make you like that motherfucker. What you mean, nigga?
Hershey Walker.
Fuck out of here.
USFL.
You ain't making no sense. Nigga,
I got you.
The nigga was owning shit.
You walked into the web, dog.
He owned everything.
All right, then, dog.
You talking about fucking pictures.
Now.
Fuck out of here.
Now you walked into
you
the web.
Forgot about
Now you walked into
the
Now you walked into the
You
web.
forgot about Central Park 5.
You can't say shit about black men's leaders because they just did everything you just said they do.
You just talking, man.
Now,
what are you talking about?
Everything you just said, they know that.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
What?
Okay.
What?
Yeah.
What? I'm listening.
Nah, you ain't listening. But I'm like I said, everything you just said about all your black misleaders, all they misleading, you just got done with Trump. He misled you for a lot of years.
Mislead me for shit.
You put him in your raps.
What are you talking about? We talking about money, nigga. What are you talking about?
And that's the only person you knew?
What?
That's the only person you knew? Was Donald Trump?
I'm gonna pull this rhyme up for your ass. We talking about money, motherfucker.
And what I gotta do with it?
And we just allude to Trump as money. So you know
all right, then.
So it's like a metaphor.
So okay, then, but you using Trump.
That don't mean
That tells me that he's in your mind. That means he's in your.
You're not making no
He's
sense.
in culture. If that's all you can know for money,
You're not making
any sense.
Let me ask both of y'all something.
At all.
Let me ask both of y'all
Deal with
something.
that, not me.
Did y'all ever buy Trump's liquor when it was out?
I don't know what that is.
I don't know. Your man might did. Your man might did.
You gotta remember, Central Park 5 for one. He's a fucking bigot. That's enough. He started running. He started all bigotry.
No, you gotta go before
His first fucking speech when he started running was bigot.
You gotta go before that.
Like, how far you need to do?
You gotta go farther than that.
After that, though, Rail was still talking the bullshit. All the misleaders was still talking the bullshit after he started talking about fuck the Mexicans on the border and all that shit when he started. Y'all knew he was a racist then, though. Let's start there. And y'all still burnt down the fucking bitch that was on the other side, according to this pig that was on the other side. So you can't go back in history. We're talking about right there. He told you he's a fucking racist from the start. Y'all still ragged the other bitch. You knew he's a racist. So what are you talking about? You can't go back after that. That's from there. He told you he was a racist. And y'all supported that shit. If you didn't support it, you ragged the bitch that can beat him. It's no difference. So get the fuck. Don't go back in history. We can start from there. Nigga, he told you he's a racist there. And y'all continue to support the shit. After that, nigga.
Then they start throwing
Miss Nina Turner, Killer Mike, Ice Cube, Lil Wayne, and Radical Rail. Continue to talk the bullshit after he told you he was a racist. I don't like her because her hair too long. I don't like her because she laid in the bed with Clinton. But a bigot racist is on the other side. So that's what y'all need to wake up to. He told you the racist, then y'all continue doing with your bullshit. And got him in office. Now, explain that, Radical One. That's what I thought. Now, where we at now, we in a war about to brew. We had our troops had to run out of Afghanistan. Y'all know about that?
Yep.
They had to run out of Afghanistan, nigga.
Hey, motherfuckers ever try to jump on their plane and shit.
Taliban has took over Afghanistan. Remember when we went there 20 fucking years ago? They actually took over it again yesterday. They own this shit again. Afghanistan is Taliban owned. After all these trillions of dollars, 20 years. You know how many people died, dog? And after all that, they takes over the joint again. Have our troops have to run out of the bitch. And guess why, though? I want to explain. Again, it goes back to who was president, right? Now you see what I'm saying?
Bush.
The whole time let's go back to Obama. Whole time Obama in the office, the troop level was extremely high, Slim. I don't even think Taliban can breathe over that bitch. Trump get in, he takes everybody the fuck from over there. So what you think Taliban doing the whole 4 years that nobody paying no fucking attention to him, real?
Hiding out until the coast is clear.
It's about to take over the whole country again. But stuff like that doesn't matter to Nina Turner, Killer Mike, none of these clowns. When you let a boo-boo the fool be president, all for your personal reasons, because Hillary laid in the bed with Clinton. You know what I'm saying? That's where I'm at, though, Joe.
Hold on. Why were we over there anyway?
9/11.
Correct.
Oh, that's why we was over there?
Y'all do that. Why y'all was over there?
Well, initially, 20 years ago, we supposed to.
And then I'm gonna let you hear the speech that Biden did the other day about going back over there or not going back over there.
20 years ago, 9/11 happened. Okay. You're supposed to go to war for that. Turn around, a couple months later, that war started to be a cover up for the war that they really wanted to get to was Iraq. And Iraq was a war that was unnecessary, to be honest with you. Only thing they wanted out of Iraq was put their pipes down for U.S. pipes for oil.
That right there was another example of black misleaders, and that's how Trump got in there. But go ahead. I mean, how Bush got in there. Bush got in there because of black misleaders too. The same thing. Suppressed the vote, and it made it so close that Gordon lost. Simple as that. Same thing happened to Kerr.
Actually,
He got swift voted though.
I actually thought that Gore got cheated out of that.
But still, it wasn't even supposed to be that close if black people were misleading. They was doing it back then too. Or liberals. You know what I'm saying?
Liberals was doing that.
Who was it back then, though?
They still do this shit.
Who was that back then? Because Killer Mike was rapping then.
Because that's how you get fucking.
So name you
that's how
just
get
gave a list. What was the list back then?
That's how you get Bush in that. Bro.
No. Who was doing it then?
Huh?
Since you threw it out there, who was doing it in 2000? Educate these people.
Was doing what?
Mislead them. Because all the people you named,
Nina Turner
was doing it back then.
The fuck you mean? Yeah.
You sure? I don't know
What?
about that one.
Hell yeah.
You sure?
That bitch.
Okay. I don't know about that one, but yeah. Who else?
Cornell
West.
Nigga, I can don't play with me, Slim.
Yeah, name them. I
All
want
these
to name.
same motherfuckers. Cornell, yeah, you say about to finish it, that's off, motherfucker.
Who
I
else?
got his pictures too.
Okay.
Cornell West,
Okay, that's two.
another clown ass nigga.
Who
Who
else
been
was doing
doing it and was doing it back then. That's how Gore lost, motherfucker.
Because of Cornell West.
Fuck out of here. He was screaming that Obama almost lost because of this clown ass nigga. The fuck out of here. You serious?
He almost lost.
Are you serious?
What, first time or second time?
The second time he definitely almost lost.
Uh.
Everybody don't know that nigga won by a whisper with Romney Slim. A literal. He barely got past. Y'all tripping. Why? Yeah, black misleaders.
Black misleaders then too?
Then you had Cornel West again still. You had the Umars of the world then.
You had the Umars of the world?
Fuck out of here. The Nina Turners. All these clown ass jackasses that don't see the bigger picture, nigga. Which really get me on this podcast and really eat their asses up. It's like one of my callings on this bitch. To call out the misleaders, nigga. The fake black people that act like they for your cause, they not though. They ain't doing what fucking you up.
Why they listen to him?
Let's say you got a Killer Mike. You gonna ask somebody why they listen to Killer Mike? They
Yeah,
start off
why
Killer
too?
Mike
I'm
already
serious.
because he already got a built-in audience from rapping.
Oh, okay.
So then, guess what? He start talking bullshit. Now you got people following you.
But still,
And then you got to remember, you have a section of black people that will follow all this nonsense regardless who this person is saying it. You get it?
Oh, so
So no matter
now
who
you
said-
blaming the black people.
It don't matter who's saying.
So-
So you just looking around.
so you blame the
you
black
swimming
ladies
and
then?
you reaching and you grabbing. What are you at? What are you doing, Slim? Huh? Where you at, bro?
I'm just
You
saying.
reaching and grabbing for shit.
I mean, you
What
mad
are
at
you
the
talking
shepherd,
about?
but there's the sheep who follow
No,
him.
it ain't. No.
You mad at the shepherd for looking out for the
So
shepherd's
if Nina
ass.
Turner set her bitch ass down and ain't say shit, or Killer Mike set his bitch ass down,
Somebody would take their spot.
who? It wouldn't matter who the fuck that person
Another
was.
black person would take their spot.
Who?
Whoever it is. It's like in 2000, you
If
didn't
it
know who was doing
was,
it.
they would have been
It's
there.
like Killer Mike came around in 2009.
Why they wasn't
8.
there? Why they wasn't there?
You know what I'm saying? It's always gonna be somebody
Yeah,
gonna do
Killer
that.
Mike and that bitch ass nigga, that fake ass.
That's not my point. My point is, it's always gonna be somebody there. It's the sheep who's choosing to follow them that you're not getting.
No. And I'm pointing out.
And you're not even getting. That's what you should be directing your
I'm not
anger
directing it
to.
there. I'm directing it to the misleaders, nigga.
You call them that,
Fuck
but they're
wrong.
leading.
If they're
Whether
not
they
misleading,
that's your
you have to
personal
worry about
opinion
those
what they
sheep,
doing.
nigga. It wouldn't be no sheep if they wasn't misleading.
All everybody
Fuck wrong.
sheep. Always sheep.
You can
Always
easily be
gonna be sheep in the
misled
shepherd.
if you're looking at somebody like a Nina Turner that you think it should have all the information, nigga. Fuck that.
Why you
Stop.
looking at them?
Stop. No, don't go into extra unnecessary shit. We talking.
I'm just saying,
some black
motherfuckers need to
people
think.
Might look at
If
Nina
motherfuckers
Turner.
can't think,
That's
then they
okay.
lead down
That's a-
there.
that's a
They
second-
fall into
Okay,
it.
that's cool.
But
But we
yeah,
got people.
that's what you need to worry about.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. I get what you're saying.
If you want to follow me off this motherfucking cliff,
And?
that's your dumb ass fault, not
Yeah.
mine.
What's your point?
You gotta
What's your point? Why you lead me to the clip?
you gotta.
I'm mad at that
follow.
motherfucker that led you to
You
the cliff,
follow.
nigga.
You
Fuck that.
follow me. You drank.
I'm
the
mad at
Kool-Aid.
your bitch ass that led him to the cliff that fell off.
Nah,
But
you
you
can't
gotta-
do that.
But you gotta
I'm mad at you, not them.
You can't be that way.
You gotta add these motherfuckers in the list. Hercules Walker, Kansas Owens.
Yeah, them new ones. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so they just the new version of the same.
It don't
shit
matter.
talking. It doesn't matter.
You don't have to listen to them.
I don't got to talk about the names. They people that fits into this shit.
It's just
They
back then they used to do-
misleaders. They misleaders because they black first.
And I like the way you talk as though we run the Democratic Party when we don't run the Democratic
black
Party.
people.
Yes, if
Yes,
we
we
did,
do. Yeah,
we
we do.
different.
Yeah, we do.
And what you wish we did.
We run it.
You wish they did.
We run it. We run it.
You wish they did.
And it only goes. The only person that gets nominated
In terms of
is
history.
we put. Well, our black ladies. I love
In
it.
terms of
If
history,
they snap and say, "We cool with him," If the black ladies say they cool with him, then they Democratic nominee.
And we're like this.
Fuck around with
It's
you.
a liberal.
And that's how it works, motherfucker. That's how we got a black president and a black vice president lady.
It's funny
Fuck around.
because back in the days, back in those
Republicans ain't do that.
Republicans was the friends. The Democrats used to be the enemies.
There wasn't no Democrats. It was something else.
It was something else,
Yeah.
but it was like a union, something. Like Abraham Lincoln was the union, something. But basically, it was the right Republican.
None of that matters.
At all. You're right. It don't matter.
No,
The
that
parties don't matter either. So you vote
I'm not
Democrat.
even
You
about to
vote
get into
Democrat.
that.
Yeah, I know.
If you gonna sit here after I point out 99 different fucking things that was different about these joints, and you still, after 2 fucking years, go sit beside me
Matter.
and say they the same still?
Yep.
Now, he not even in this argument, and he know goddamn I've been pointing out a lot of shit that's different between Democrats and Republicans since we've been sitting on this podcast, nigga. You never point out
liberal
nothing.
and conservative. That's it.
I don't hear none of that jackass.
That's all
shit.
it is.
That's jackass shit now.
Liberal and conservative.
Now you just squirming your way
Now,
out.
no, I'm not. I ain't no squirming
I
way
don't
out.
want to hear. I don't want to hear it.
Conservative,
I'm
old
talking
style.
about. I point
Liberal
out
is
to
a
you,
new style.
for example.
All that's telling me is a lot more motherfucking liberals out there. That's all it's telling me. And they don't vote. Liberals vote when they feel like it. So you want somebody to run shit, they vote when they feel like it. They need a cause. They need a reason. You ain't giving them that. The black misleaders don't give them that
My
either.
nigga, you all over the place too.
No,
For
I'm not.
example,
I'm telling you the difference.
if you still saying it's a
You
same,
keep telling me they're not the same.
Hold on, you done? If you still saying these parties are the same after I pushed this shit in your head for 2 years, a year and a half now, right? It's like everything I point out, Republicans did this, Democrats did this. I let it go from there, and I show you the Democrats did what. All for a year now, I've done that. And you still gonna sit on your ass
But we all
and tell me they the fucking same? Really?
We all agree that
Hold on, Jay. Hold on, Jay.
We all agree that the parties are the parties, but you got the
No,
people
let's stay where we at.
You got people that's in the parties.
I don't care.
that's some assholes.
I don't care.
Like you got West Virginia.
No,
Hold
you
on,
can't bring that up.
Let's stop. Texas, the whole Democratic Party has ran out and ain't came back yet. They talking about locking them up. Is
They
that
came
Republican? Hold on, stop. Is that for what though? What are they doing that for, Jay?
Voters' rights.
What?
Because they trying
Republicans are the ones taking it from you.
because the Republicans are
Is that a difference?
The Republicans are trying to force the
Stop.
Democrats
Real. Is that a fucking difference?
to vote for that shit.
They're doing that for voters'
I've
rights.
been doing this for a year now, and for him to sit there beside me and say they're the same doesn't. It makes him look like a jackass.
But you hear what I said, right? The Republicans down in Texas are trying to force the Democrats to vote for that shit.
They trying to lock them up, like I just said. They trying to lock them up and bring them back in the chambers, and they not going back in there and vote for that bullshit. That's a Democrat. I don't know why they do that, because misleaders and radical rails of the world don't give a fuck. But they risk their whole fucking career. Like now, are they risking their career or not, Jay?
Yeah.
They risk their whole fucking career. Republicans are the ones that trying to hurt you. They trying to stop them from hurting you. They risk their careers for this shit. And people like you, Killer Mike, don't notice it. I've been pointing shit out like this for a year to you. And you still sat beside me 2 minutes ago and said they're the same. I mean, you can't even feel that way no more. You can't even say that no more.
But
You can point out an individual to me, maybe.
Yeah.
But you can't tell me no fucking parties are the same no more. That should be over. And you don't want me to keep going on from this day on and keep putting these things out.
Sure can.
It's like it's being done now. Like, really? You can't tell me one motherfucker fighting for voter for suppression, and one motherfucker want to suppress it, and there's no difference? Like, you're not making any more sense now. For real. You got one party that went out on a limb. They all lost their job for the first healthcare plan. They all got fired. Voted out, nigga. They voted for the first, what was that, the Hillary care. They all put their shit on the line. Democrats. No Republicans voted for that. Shit like that is what they do. They don't even get voted in no more. They gone. They back in the fucking office somewhere. After putting their career on the line for Democrats. For black people. For people, poor motherfuckers. And people like y'all, the radical ones, and Nina Turner and Killer Mike jackasses, don't care. You can't tell me these ain't facts. You can't tell me the Democrats ain't run out and Republicans are trying to suppress the votes. You can't tell me that didn't happen, real. Right or wrong. So you can't tell me there's no fucking difference. It's like you got to stop that one. You can point out an individual, but that one right there is not sounding right no more, real. At all. I'm at the hundreds different I've done showed you in the last 6 months. There's no way you can sit here and say that. That's not even possible no more. That's real though. You can't point out nothing no fucking Republican did anything for a black motherfucker since we've been sitting here.
If that's so real, then why won't people vote then?
Oh my God. Because I'm trying to get rid of people like y'all that mislead them.
Ain't nobody misleading them. If you just pointed out all that and everybody sees that, then why don't people overwhelmingly vote Democratic?
Now, well, they do. Do you see this nigga wanting 7 million votes? Like,
But
where you at?
as a result, Nina Turner's out. Chanel Brown is in.
Fuck Nina Turner, bitch ass. Now, we're about to go to war. I want to listen to everything that
About to go to war. We already in war.
Biden. No, well, we're going to war. We're not going to war. Put it like that. And I want to hear what Biden says. Now, up until now, we know how we got here, right? We just went over. Went in there in Afghanistan. 9/11 happened. We're supposed to win in Afghanistan. We're
For
in
what?
Afghanistan.
Why are we going to Afghanistan again?
We're in Afghanistan because that's where they mastermind the 9/11 real.
So they did it in Afghanistan.
Yes.
You sure about that?
Yes, for real.
I think they were sent to America and then they already masterminded over here. I mean, they technically didn't do it in Afghanistan, but they might came from Afghanistan. You don't even know that either.
Okay, that's the Killer Mike theories.
No,
I
got
got
Killer
you.
Mike theory.
You still with the Killer Mikes in them, right? I
It's
get
just
that.
How's that Killer
Cool.
Mike theory?
It's just before they crashed their planes into buildings, they
planned this
They planned it there.
in Afghanistan.
Oh, okay.
So
So that's where all terrorism comes from. It's Afghanistan.
no. That's where Bin Laden and his family and Taliban, who we just took back over, that's where they planned it at.
So
Okay?
we went there to get
So
that
we
guy.
went there to get Taliban out of Afghanistan so they can't have a safe haven to fucking plan more bullshit. You with me now, Real?
So you gonna get an
Are you
indigenous
with
people.
me?
You gonna get an indigenous
You're not
people
with me
out of where
because
they
you keep
live
trying
at.
to talk. Because you're not. I mean, you're not listening.
I am listening to you, but I'm telling you, the stupidity behind this is
Okay.
you trying to get somebody who
You
was
talking-
born and raised there, who can live in the dirt
We get that.
underground,
We get that.
done,
We get that. We get that.
and you expect to get rid of
I'll
that.
just tell you where we at.
No. I want to
Now, I'm
clarify
gonna tell
this
you
so
why
people
we
can
with
understand how that sound.
Okay. First of all, 9/11. What the fuck happened on 9/11?
We passed that. We talking about
what the fuck
We're
happened?
talking about the Taliban
How
getting
we
rid of it.
passed it? What happened?
We don't know.
What happened on 9/11? That day, what happened?
shit got blown up. Trade Center,
So,
Pentagon.
if you're the president, you got to retaliate somewhere, right?
So we was a
Hold
war
on,
on terror.
hold on, Real. If you the president, a motherfucker just blew up the fucking towers, nigga. You found out that nigga is in Afghanistan. Do you do what, Real?
Initially,
You go to Afghanistan. So we passed that nonsense. We in Afghanistan because of that. Now, the problem was Bush was president. He went to Iraq too.
initially,
And then he started fucking with he got what's his name?
initially the plane was
Not Osama bin Laden, the other motherfucker, Saddam Hussein.
Saddam Hussein. And the
Who
plane
had
the initially was supposed to blow up him, Bush himself.
no. We went there, what had nothing to do with our plans. He made a left turn saying he might have some bombs too. That's how we ended up in Iraq. Okay? Now, let's get back to Afghanistan. Afghanistan, 20 years later, Taliban has taken back over. Now, we got a new president, right? The last president we had didn't give a fuck, probably didn't pay attention to none of this shit. That's where we at now. It takes them about 2-3 years to rebuild and get back in control. And that was the time they had under the red demon, boo-boo the fool ass nigga. All right? So now, 6 months into this nigga presidency, they don't took over, Real. Let me guess. It was Biden's fault. Huh, Real? Whose fault is this? I just want to know from your point, from the radical ones standpoint, the Killer Mikes and everything. Who fault is now that Taliban took over?
Did they pull out?
Did who pull out?
The Americans when they left. Did they care after that?
No.
Did they get him kind of build up a military and a police force?
Americans put down their fucking weapons.
So we were supposed to stay there forever?
Left their vehicles.
I know, I pulled
and
that.
rolled out 1,000 in a plane when you're only supposed to put 300 in that bitch.
Look.
That's how they left. That's how Americans left, my nigga.
All right. Look here, people. How long was America supposed to stay there?
Not see.
How long did it take you to get your own police force? How long did it take you to get your own military? So how long are we gonna stay there? Is it gonna be like Germany where that shit had to be separated?
Nah, I need to know.
But how long are you gonna be there? I need to know. You talking about this and that and what the red demon did and all that. How long was they supposed to stay there?
I need to know.
How many years did it take for you? We gave you a country back and killed the motherfucker for you to have your shit set up. Some of that is on them. And I get what he said. I'm like, I don't fuck with Trump. I mean, but why are we there? If Obama, Bin Laden dead, and we gave our country back, it's up to y'all to hold it, right?
Okay.
Same thing with Iraq. How long were we supposed to literally sit there? Even though we want that oil, but still, how long were we supposed to literally be over there?
Now we
30 years.
We found out how dumb Trump ass is. We found out now yesterday, is why we was there. Because they done took over the whole country, bro. So I'm asking you, so we're gonna go back over there, take it again, and hold it for how many years? 30 now, this time? 30? The whole time Obama was president, we had 100,000 troops, so they couldn't do shit.
That's a lot of money we wasted.
Not a fucking thing.
That's a lot of money we wasted on the country.
They couldn't plan to bomb us.
What is this country doing for us?
They weren't bombing us no more. But they run this country to themselves. They can plan a lot of shit on a lot of countries, real. That's the whole point.
Them, Saudi Arabia, what was the one where Gaddafi got killed? All the motherfuckers can do the same thing.
We talking about Afghanistan. Stay with Afghanistan.
I'm with that. You not answering my question. How long are we literally going to be there? Is it indefinite? The 100,000 guys stay there indefinite?
I don't know. Let's ask Biden how long we be there. Because
it's money to me.
You don't want to answer the question, right?
You don't want to answer the question.
Who do you blame for Afghanistan? Taliban taking over?
I told you I blame the Afghanistan people.
Huh?
I blame the Afghanistan people.
They supposed to build American troops were supposed to be there just good enough for them to have a way for them to govern their own country. Shit just suddenly went left. They don't know what the fuck about to happen. Is he gonna pull the troops out? Or is he gonna he gonna send more troops there? Or are we gonna go back to how we used to be? Red alert, orange alert, shit like that. Like what direction are we gonna go right now?
Now, this is the president of the United States, Biden. And he's gonna tell you how we going to address Afghanistan. Yeah, man.
We got this. We got fucking Corona.
There you go.
Yeah.
Including
racial issues. We got a bunch of shit
now.
All right, here we go.
On the ground in Afghanistan. We're moving quickly to execute the plans we have put in place to respond to every emergency, including contingency, including the rapid collapse we're seeing now. I'll speak more in a moment about the specific steps we're taking, but I want to remind everyone how we got here and what America's interests are in Afghanistan. We went to Afghanistan almost 20 years ago with clear goals. Get those who attacked us on September 11th, 2001, and make sure Al-Qaeda could not use Afghanistan as a base from which to attack us again. We did that. We severely degraded Al-Qaeda in Afghanistan. We never gave up the hunt for Osama bin Laden, and we got him. That was a decade ago. Our mission in Afghanistan was never supposed to have been nation building. It was never supposed to be creating a unified, centralized democracy. Our only vital national interest in Afghanistan remains today what it has always been: preventing a terrorist attack on America's homeland.
Stop right there. He said we was in Afghanistan because of what?
Terrorists.
To prevent terrorism.
He's no.
Hold on, Jay. Hold on, real. What did he say, Jay?
To prevent attacks over here.
Thank you.
That's not true. He said from Afghanistan being a jumping off point. Al Qaeda is bigger than Afghanistan.
Now, don't take words out of his mouth.
I'm telling you, Al Qaeda is bigger than Afghanistan.
No.
He just didn't want him to come from Afghanistan.
No. Listen to what he's saying.
That's what he just said.
Don't add stuff.
Where you play it? He said a jumping off point.
We was in Afghanistan to prevent
A jumping off point
future terrorist attacks.
from Afghanistan.
Period.
From Afghanistan. Well, he said Al-Qaeda. Said Al-Qaeda. He didn't say Afghanistan.
From Afghanistan. Is that?
No, he said Al-Qaeda.
That's why we did.
Al Qaeda is in the
Taliban. Is you with me so far?
I'm with you.
I've argued for many years that our mission should be narrowly focused on counterterrorism, not counterinsurgency or nation building. That's why I opposed the surge when it was proposed in 2009 when I was vice president. And that's why as president, I'm adamant we focus on the threats we face today in 2021, not yesterday's threats. Today, the terrorist threat is metastasized well beyond Afghanistan. Al-Shabaab in Somalia, Al-Qaeda in the Arabian Peninsula, al-Nusra in Syria, ISIS attempting to create a caliphate in Syria and Iraq, and establishing affiliates in multiple countries in Africa and Asia. These threats warrant our attention and our resources. We conduct effective counterterrorism missions against terrorist groups in multiple countries where we don't have permanent military presence. If necessary, we'll do the same in Afghanistan. We've developed counterterrorism over the capabilities
My bad.
that will allow us to keep our eyes firmly fixed on the direct threats to the United States and the region, and act quickly and decisively if needed. When I came into office, I inherited a deal that President Trump negotiated with the Taliban. Under his agreement, U.S. forces would be out of Afghanistan by May 1, 2021, just a little over 3 months after I took office.
Now you hear that?
Mm-hmm.
The troops was playing under Trump to be taken out of there 3 months into his presidency. Completely out. You with me, Ray?
So what we talking about?
U.S. forces had already drawn down during the Trump administration from roughly 15,500 American forces to 2,500 troops in country.
Stop. He had, y'all paying attention? Trump had 2,000 troops over there.
They were pulling out.
From 15,000 Obama had. He had it down to 2,000, Jay.
Okay.
What were 2,000 troops supposed to do? To what?
They were leaving.
What are they supposed to do?
He was pulling them out.
Yeah, that's
Exactly.
slow.
Huh?
So what's the point? It was already negotiated.
Trump.
Not just Trump. It was Obama too.
No. Trump signed the agreement to make them come out. The 2021. You listening? 2021, they're supposed to come all the way out. 3 months into this presidency, which is May. Which would mean nobody will be over there.
But he didn't want to increase it in 2009. So what's the difference? If he ain't adding no more people, then why are they there? They might as well start decreasing and moving them out. He said he didn't believe it was support because they're not building the country up. So if you're not building the country, why are you there? You don't need that many people to stop a motherfucker from doing some shit. Planning some shit.
Really?
How many people you honestly need?
So 2,000 people in the
That's
whole
good.
country. A whole big ass country.
That's good enough.
Yeah, y'all gotta make some sense, man.
How? How we not making
I
sense?
don't know.
How we not making sense?
It's 2,000 troops enough.
All we doing is looking for motherfuckers we think gonna blow up some shit.
Jay, is 2,000 troops enough in a big ass country to do what? To stop Taliban from taking the fuck back over?
He not there to do that. They only there to stop a motherfucker from blowing shit up.
What?
That's what he just said. They doing counterterrorism. They're not building the country up. So if they ain't there to enforce laws and shit, you don't need them.
Is Taliban terrorism? Is they
That's
terrorists?
what he said. They got counterintelligence team doing that.
Is they terrorists?
Yeah, the Taliban terrorists.
So what we talking about?
Not the Taliban, Al Qaeda.
And the Taliban was at its strongest militarily since 2001. The choice I had to make as your president was either to follow through on that agreement or be prepared to go back to fighting the Taliban in the middle of the spring fighting season. There would have been no ceasefire after May 1. There was no agreement protecting our forces after May 1. There was no status quo of stability without American casualties after May 1. There was only a cold reality of either following through on the agreement to withdraw our forces or escalating the conflict and sending thousands more American troops back into combat in Afghanistan.
So you understand so far where we at?
They signed an agreement. They was going to leave. The Taliban didn't fuck with them. Or the Al-Qaeda, they waited till they left. And once that shit was done, now, like he said, the decision to be made. Do I want to send another 100,000 back over there to hold it down and have to keep them there indefinitely? They never leaving there because they're not building their structures up. They're not building their country up. They're just literally there to police these niggas. 100,000 American troops being paid what they paid to sit the fuck over there to police these people. That's what you want to do.
Yeah.
Why?
2,000? Really? What the fuck is that? You gonna get them people hurt?
That's why they pulled them out.
Now you get it. Now you get how that. Now you exactly
Get what?
2,000 people. That's a waste of time. Like you got 2,000.
15 was a waste of time.
15,000
was a waste of time. Now 50,000, 100,000, you hold shit down. Now the motherfucking patrol is already
the capital of Afghanistan. 15,000 troops is way more than enough. 2,000.
Right. You talking about the whole country, not the capital.
The 2,000 is crazy. You can't even stop a fucking alleyway for 2,000 people.
Lurching into the third decade of conflict. I stand squarely behind my decision. After 20 years, I've learned the hard way that there was never a good time to withdraw U.S. forces. That's why we're still there. We were clear-eyed about the risk. We planned for every contingency, but I always promised the American people that I would be straight with you. The truth is, this did unfold more quickly than we had anticipated. So what's happened? Afghanistan political leaders gave up and fled the country.
Oh,
The
that's
Afghan
what
military collapsed, sometime without trying to fight. If anything, the developments of the past week reinforced that ending U.S. military involvement in Afghanistan now was the right decision. American troops cannot and should not be fighting in a war and dying in a war that Afghan forces are not willing to fight for themselves. We spent over $1 trillion.
Oh, stop. You agree with that, Ray?
Yeah, they running while we there.
You agree with that, Jay?
yeah, he's about to get to the numbers too.
Oh, yeah, it's about money.
So-
But that's it over there.
He pulling them out because of money.
We shouldn't be over there. I mean, if they don't want to fight, like, what the fuck?
We shouldn't fight either.
They didn't see a problem with the way it was because they're a Muslim state and they like that shit.
And then another thing, as Americans, it's hard for us to decipher between Taliban and somebody that's friendly to us because they all the same. They can just switch at any time. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could be training a motherfucking Afghanistan soldier, and that motherfucker put up his joint and just shoot you in the head.
Yep, that's happening quite a bit across this country.
It's just crazy. This is like no way you can decipher who's good, who's bad.
That's how you got the DC sniper. We trained them. He turned that shit on that.
Like the motherfucker act like they good for a while. You get them in and you train them and shit, and then all them niggas just turn around and start shooting you. Like, that's what most of them been going through, yeah. It's like hard to train people that's gonna fuck around and kill you after that when they learn some shit. Like, what the fuck? So that's that whole thing difficult when you think about it, yeah. When you go in the other country, you don't speak that language. You over that joint is everything is like religious, you know what I'm saying? It's like, and you over there as a white person, you're already violating, you know what I'm saying? As white soldiers, you know what I'm saying, walking on their ground.
Mm-hmm.
That alone is just that would make them fight. You know what I'm saying?
They consider them as white devils.
Exactly.
No. Like I said, it's hard to get indigenous people out of there, Especially motherfuckers who don't mind living in the dirt. Them niggas are going to cave and you won't see them for years. They straight. It's hard to get them. It's always hard to get Osama bin Laden.
That's what I'm saying. It's just so hard to decipher these because everybody's the same, man. It's like you don't know unless somebody say, "All right, I want to help you," and then you still don't know.
And you mean tell?
I think that's the problem with some of these army people that's going over there. The troops that go over there, they get close to these soldiers and they disappear on them. They take their weapons or some shit like that and disappear.
And they become POWs. But then remember the first couple years of going to this war. Remember it was POWs left and right, and you had people. What do they call people? Suicide bombers left and right.
Yeah.
That's all you hear. Allah Akbar, you better run. Because he better be known. He gonna have something strapped. He gonna run into you with something.
So far, when he say he don't want to be over there, if they don't want to fight, I'm with that.
I'm with that too. Yeah. Shit, if they ain't fighting for their shit, what are we over there for?
Well, again, that's what he say.
Yeah, I'm about to say just because
but nigga, they dropping their fucking weapons and shit. It's like they don't want to fight, nigga.
Like I said, that's
what you leave Americans standing there and this your country.
But
like,
what about all the women?
We here training.
You know what about all the women they liberated?
But here's the thing. Here's also the other thing about it. Okay, they don't want to fight their own people. They don't want to govern their own people. He was about to get to the numbers, trillions of dollars of this shit.
I know.
We've been over there for 20 years.
Jesus.
And guess what? Right now, it's pointless.
All right, but on the flip side, the 20 years, what happened? We ain't getting on 9/11s.
But
right or wrong. Not only that, you got people over there getting intelligence on ground in Afghanistan and Iraq.
But
so it's a benefit to it now.
Not a lot has been accomplished though.
We ain't been hit. Them niggas ain't playing none of that. Right or wrong though. I don't know. Unless we've been hit and I don't know about it.
I mean, they just got their eye open before. You know how you walk around and you get snuck?
It been 20 years.
Out of that, you got your head on the swivel.
That means they was fucked. The only way they couldn't do it because we was there.
No.
So you give them this time, we not dead. Within the next 5 years, they gonna blow something up.
It feel like 12 years. That's all you had was red alert, orange alert.
Not just that. It's just they was more awake to it now. Now I think they like, well, look, man, we been over here. Y'all don't want to learn shit, but that's how it was. But you make a good cause, but the women in that country gonna go back to hell like it was before. They can't do shit. So, I mean, it's fucked up for them.
That's true.
Yeah. And y'all neglecting that, you know what I'm saying? Y'all just want to run, turn, tail because you ain't got no big bad in there to fight. But you started this. You should have known. You should have made them elect somebody who want to teach these motherfuckers and lead. But
that's what I said. It's hard to decipher that. Once you get over there, you don't know who's who.
You know?
That's tough, right? Though, for the soldiers, dog. It's like, you don't know. You don't know if this nigga decided you're going to switch one day.
Yeah, you're gonna switch. Country before everything.
Switch.
Religion and country for
that religion will come in first, right? Exactly.
And the women
trained and equipped in Afghan military.
Yeah, they gotta go back to that. If they ain't left that country, they shit out of luck because it's about to be horrible.
It's going to be damn, that's fucked up, yeah.
But then you think about it, once they pull out, they might say, okay.
And that was another thing. The Afghanistan men doesn't like women being in power. A lot of them spots
they start getting in power too, yeah.
Yeah, so when you know that, they old school. I keep telling you, sexism always gonna trump racism.
That over there is different.
Yeah, they don't mind their women doing baby do shit. So they're not gonna listen to their women leaders.
So far, how much would this out of by mouth would you take? Like the only thing I don't really everything I take, I believe him, except for the part where he just like they just gave up. I don't know about that. I think a percentage of them was like, fucking, I'm out. You know what I'm saying?
In 2009, he wanted to stop.
Not all of them, though. I ain't got all of them. I got someone wanting to fight for their country. You know what I'm saying? To a certain extent. Like, I got some of them dropping their joints and dipping too, though. You know what I'm saying?
Fuck this shit.
Or turn around shooting Americans and shit. Stupid shit like that.
Man, you gotta understand. You getting paid training from America.
I kind of believe some of this he's saying, except for a little bit of that they don't want to fight shit. I don't know about that. That's fishy.
Military force.
The women probably want to fight. Men like
100,000 strong.
You got 300,000 over there.
incredibly well
The
equipped,
women,
Wait, start it off.
a force larger in size than the militaries of many of our NATO allies. We gave them every tool they could need. We paid their salaries, provided for the maintenance of their Air Force, something the Taliban doesn't have. Taliban does not have an Air Force. We provided close air support. We gave them every chance to determine their own future. What we could not provide them was the will to fight for that future. There's some very brave and capable Afghan special forces units and soldiers. But if Afghanistan is unable to mount any real resistance to the Taliban now, there is no chance that 1 year, 1 more year, 5 more years, or 20 more years,
Right.
the U.S. military boots in the ground would have made any difference. Here's what I believe.
You gotta remember. Let's stop this again. The Democrats are the ones that want them to come home from the beginning.
mm-hmm.
Again, that's the difference in the parties. I just want to point that
It
out.
is wrong to order American troops to step up when Afghanistan's own armed forces would not. The political leaders of
See, I
Afghanistan
don't know.
were
I don't
unable
know if
to
you
come
would say they
together
wouldn't stand up. I don't know. They might did. I don't know.
for the good of their people,
Yeah, remember.
unable to negotiate for the
Yeah,
future of their
briefed on all
country
this shit.
when the chips were
Why can the
down.
Democrats want them to come
They
home,
would never have
but yet the
done so.
Republicans are the ones that actually put them home?
What?
Not all of them. I would say
That don't make sense.
What
You
you
try to do
mean?
that.
What Obama run on? I mean, this shit is getting silly now.
No, I'm just saying.
What Obama run on, man?
I don't remember.
Bring the
Long
troops
time.
home. He was supposed to be in the war. The
I did.
person
So why
against
didn't he
war.
do it?
Again, what are we talking about? He became president for 8 years.
And he didn't get them home in 8 years.
he didn't get them all home.
He didn't take all of them from there.
All right then. So
You seeing why you can't take all of them? When Trump came in, he took all of them.
no, he
Now
didn't. He
you
left
saying-
2000.
What?
He left 2000
What the fuck is that? Why you keep saying that? Why you keep bringing that up?
because your man Obama put it down to 15,000.
Okay.
It started at 300,000.
Okay.
All right then. So what are you talking
2,000
about?
is what you keep bringing up.
Yeah, enough to maintain. That's it.
Nah, that maintain what?
They ain't got no weapons there like that.
You tripping?
They ain't organized.
2,000 ain't gonna do nothing.
It did a lot. It held them down, right?
No,
It
2,000
wasn't-
got Afghanistan and Taliban running the shit over again.
No, it didn't. Them
What do you mean?
withdrawing did that.
Trump
They
had
were waiting on the day for the withdrawal.
Trump had to join at 2,000 for 3 years.
Okay.
So what you
And then
mean?
you ain't had nothing, right?
They ain't get to do. They ain't do shit.
They didn't either.
What?
What did they do? During
If
that
you got
2000
3 years with only 2,000 troops in your country,
Yeah.
how
what
much
they
you
do?
think you can get done
What
before
you
the
supposed
next
to do?
president come in?
What you supposed to be doing?
You taking over by the time the next president come in.
But
we
what
gonna
were they
taking
supposed to be
over.
doing? Their only job was to stop counterterrorism. That's it. That's all it is. They like a
The
standard.
Taliban, are they terrorists?
You keep saying Taliban is Al Qaeda.
Was Taliban? What they do this shit in Afghanistan at?
Which con?
And
Al Qaeda.
who's giving them safe haven?
Your man Bin Laden.
Taliban.
No, the Bin Laden.
Who's the head of the motherfucking Taliban? Huh?
Bin Laden.
Exactly. So what we rapping about?
He ain't there no more. So who's the new head?
No, we talking about then at the time.
No. I'm talking about now. See, you're trying to mix up the
Now?
facts. I'm trying to tell you that there's no head, so why you need to justify having 15,000 troops over there?
You ain't no head. It's always
And
a
then you
head.
try and say that the Democrats wanted them out. Democrats had 8 years to do it. Like he said, it was never a good time to pull them out. And that's what he had to learn.
Oh, my God.
He just said it himself. He wanted to do it, but he couldn't do it. Trump said, okay, you know what?
Again,
Y'all
I
out.
said,
2,000.
according to you, the Democrats don't want to bring home. The Democrats are the party that don't want to bring home. Republicans are.
But they had a chance to bring
Make
them
your
home.
mind up here.
You telling me
No,
that there's
forget
a
that.
difference.
Tell me. All right. Okay. Tell
But
me.
you can't tell me you want to do something. You got the opportunity to do it and don't do it.
Are we done?
No, I'm just saying. That don't make
Which
sense.
party was the bring them home party? And which party was the stay home?
Apparently, the Republicans. brought
And
them
real
home.
get simple as that, dog.
Who put it
So I
down
don't
to
know what we're
skeletons?
talking about after that.
I mean, they brought it down from 15 to 2,000. I mean,
Is that a difference? If it's a difference that one party won't come home and one party don't, is that any difference for you, bro?
How you figuring? I'm just saying.
While U.S. troops remain in
Sound good.
Afghanistan, bearing the
Facts are
brunt
different.
of the fighting for them. And our true strategic competitors, China and Russia, would love nothing more than the United States to continue to funnel billions of dollars in resources and attention into stabilizing Afghanistan indefinitely.
That's true.
When I hosted President Ghani and Chairman Abdullah at the White House in June, and again when I spoke by phone to Ghani in July, we had very frank conversations. We talked about how Afghanistan should prepare to fight their civil wars after the U.S. military departed, to clean up the corruption in government so the government could function for the Afghan people. We talked extensively about the need for Afghan leaders to unite politically. They fail to do any of that. I also urge them to engage in diplomacy, to seek a political settlement with the Taliban. This advice was flatly refused. Mr. Ghani insisted the Afghan forces would fight, but obviously he was wrong. So I'm left again to ask of those who argue that we should stay, how many more generations of America's daughters and sons would you have me send to fight Afghanistan's civil war when Afghan troops will not? How many more lives, American lives, is it worth? How many endless rows of headstones at Arlington National Cemetery?
That's true.
I'm clear on my answer. I will not repeat the mistakes we've made in the past. Mistake of staying and fighting indefinitely in a conflict that is not in the national interest of the United States, of doubling down on a civil war in a foreign country, of attempting to remake a country through the endless military deployments of U.S. forces. Those are the mistakes we cannot continue to repeat because we have significant vital interest in the world that we cannot afford to ignore. I also want to acknowledge how painful this is to so many of us. The scenes we're seeing in Afghanistan, they're gut-wrenching, particularly for our veterans, our diplomats, humanitarian workers, for anyone who has spent time on the ground working to support the Afghan people, for those who have lost loved ones in Afghanistan, and for Americans who have fought and served in the country, serve our country in Afghanistan. This is deeply, deeply personal. It is for me as well. I've worked on these issues as long as anyone. I've been throughout Afghanistan during this war, while the war was going on, from Kabul to Kandahar to the Kunar Valley. I've traveled there on 4 different occasions. I met with the people. I've spoken to the leaders. I spent time with our troops. And I came to understand firsthand what was and was not possible in Afghanistan.
So he literally coming to a conclusion that he bring everybody home, is what he's saying.
He said he don't want no more deaths. Afghanistan is none of our business. We wasted too much money. Bring their asses home.
Yeah.
That's basically what that is.
Now it's real important that we break this down and listen to this speech, like, because you're gonna have people saying that he want to go to war, that he's sending troops to war, he want to be in Afghanistan and all that shit. That's what we're gonna hear from. I guess the black misleaders won't start that. You know what I'm saying? Down and liberals, they gonna start the Biden want to go to war and shit. But listen to the speech as we just did, right? It's clear that that's nowhere near in his thought process. Because to me, he make a lot of sense when he say, all right, first of all, we spent this much money in the infrastructure and they not even take care of that. We spent this much money in their security, not even taking care of that. We did this much to build up their army and they don't give a fuck about that. It's like, what the fuck are we doing?
Yeah, pull the fuck out.
Exactly. That's his whole point.
Pull out like you about to come in the pussy.
ASAP.
But
the way we came out was just crazy the other day, yeah. We had to run out of that thing.
Yeah, I saw that plane and then people try to hop on them.
Yeah.
They try to come.
It was not supposed to end like that, player.
Them motherfuckers trying to come over here.
That was not good at all.
People jumping off the plane and shit. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah. And some of them was like people that helped them. Like, if you was a translator, like you translated shit to the army and shit, you in trouble. You can't stay in that country. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of people in trouble with that motherfucker. This is, and everybody try to jump on any plane that was leaving out of that bitch. You know what I'm saying? That shit's crazy.
Because they know that the Taliban took over and they're gonna be back how they was.
Oh, what? I don't know. Do we care that they getting treated like shit, or do we care about if terrorists chill over that joint or make up? I mean, do we care about how they get treated? Because they was getting treated like shit before we went over there.
Yeah, but that's none of our business.
Taliban was in charge. They was getting treated like some shit. Yeah,
that's none of our business. That's one thing we gotta learn how to do. Keep your nose out of other people's business. Now, if they came over here first, tearing up shit like the trade towers in the Pentagon, that's the part you take care of. Fuck that other shit. You took down Bin Laden, take them troops up out of there, let them handle that shit. Fuck that shit.
Pretty much. Real? I don't know.
Seems a little bit iffy to me. But teachers, I don't think she went over there. I was like, Bin Laden, but hey, y'all could have been dropped the motherfucking bomb down the tunnel and got him. But I get it, you know what I'm saying? Y'all just wanted to be in the Middle East.
Shit is too prolonged.
Yeah.
It's a tricky situation. If you listen to each president, right? Like when Obama came in, he was bringing everybody out. Remember that? That was his whole. He ran on that. His whole thing was bringing people troops back home, right? But once he got there, he knew he couldn't just snatch everybody out because the Taliban was gonna take back over. It was just that simple.
And what happened?
Which way what happened?
Did the Taliban take back over?
No.
The Taliban take back over.
When
now.
Trump come in, he took it right home. It's only 2,000 there. I'm like, what they supposed to do?
Huh?
It's only 2,000 troops in Afghanistan. It's like, what are they supposed to do with that?
So they couldn't have been hiding the whole time.
They can't do anything.
They was hiding the whole time.
So you agree they was hiding the whole time. So the fact there was 100,000, 300,000 there, the people who felt that way either got older and then the youngins got older, and they all just hid underground like they always do, waiting on this.
Waiting on what?
I know
For us to leave.
Okay, I was the last president that did that though.
No, you're missing the point. The point is you saying it happened overnight, over 3 years. They was always there. They was just waiting.
It doesn't matter. They was
and
there
then the ones that you thought was gonna be the police and all that, identified with the ideology of the people who was in charge.
They was there when Obama was there. What was the difference though?
They didn't take over to when nobody there. So it didn't matter. If Obama had left then, they would have took over.
Obama had 100,000 troops. Obama had troops there that was making sure shit.
The whole point is, no, if Obama had pulled them all out, they would have did the same thing. They would took back over.
No.
How you figure?
So you think if Trump would have kept everything at 100,000, 20,000, they would have took over when? They would have been there.
We were leaving no matter what. So when he gave the call,
if you leave at 2,000, of course they're gonna take over. They can take over while you over there with 2,000.
Look, they were supposed to leave 3 months in. Once they left, they was.
But honestly, it's like they had troops over. Well, not particularly Afghanistan. They did have troops over. Remember Desert Storm and shit. They was doing that in and out of that area, Saudi Arabia area, Middle East area. Period.
Saudi Arabia.
You know, the Middle East. Period. They had troops in and out of there for like fucking 40 years. Since the Big Bush was in there. To be honest with you.
Yeah.
And I don't know if, I mean, enough is enough. If you have troops that's been going in and out of there for that damn long, basically you're sticking your nose in their business. They didn't even have troops over there, period, at first. But Father Bush came in there, he wanted some oil, so he did the same thing. Son Bush came over there, did the same thing. He need longevity, you know, so, you know, they need to have an excuse to throw some wars out there so you can have some oil and retire and shit, you know what I'm saying?
Some oils.
It's just stupid.
Nah,
the whole shit is just stupid.
Nah.
And you know, for you to start a war just because it was other shit outside of 9/11, that shit was stupid.
Yeah, I just want again. That's why I love the fact that we are podcasters now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just like to break that down. Like everything we just broke down this whole podcast, right? From the beginning of the fucking war and all that shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You gotta go further.
So anybody watching,
you gotta go further than what we just went to. You gotta go 80s.
Everybody listening and watching this joint right now got a feel for how everything went. You know what I'm saying? From the time Bush sent them in that joint to now, right? We got a good idea of how this went. You know what I'm saying? You need troops over there or you don't. Either you're gonna be all the way in or you don't. You know what I'm saying? That's why I see it. It's like if you do a little bit of thing, that's when everything's gonna be a disaster. If you do full, if you go full throttle, everything quiet. Y'all ain't noticed that? But if you go halfway, then if you just leave the joint alone, just don't show us no news from there. You know what I'm saying? We won't know nothing about them blowing each other up. You know? Because that's what's gonna happen once we leave. They're gonna start blowing each other up again. Like they was doing before.
And we ain't. That's like what's the issues they got going on there with Shiites and
they want to take over
and shit.
Yes, Iraq though.
Yeah, it's all that shit over there. They fucked up. Everybody want to take over shit.
I mean, just let them do them, blow each other up. Me personally, I don't give a fuck.
That's what I'm saying.
You don't till that one radical one was like, you know what? Our hatred comes from America, so we're gonna go over there and fuck with America. And that's when you send the sleeper cells over there.
Oh, they got plenty of motherfuckers mad at us now.
Oh, they got plenty.
You've been over that joint for 20 years. You got kids that's 20 now mad at you.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying?
For a work visa.
They all the ones that's the army now. It's the ones that was babies when we first went over there. They was in their Pampers, nigga. The army now are them. Over there, the Taliban army is those motherfuckers that was in Pampers when Bush sent them bitches over there. Now they the ones running shit. They the ones Taliban now. They the ones want to be in charge.
Those are the ones that was 8 years old with AK-47.
Exactly. And remember, when y'all used to watch those videos of Osama bin Laden ass, he used to have kids training like a motherfucker. The motherfuckers still out there. They about 20, 30 now. Y'all remember that shit?
Mm-hmm.
You had little kids out there doing all types of shit. Where do you think they at? You know what I'm saying, dog?
Took over the Taliban.
15, 20 years later, them the ones that's doing this shit. You know?
Those are the ones that's taking over now.
Exactly. So that's the whole point of this is something we don't need to be involved in because that's their country, man. You know, and they know them, and they gonna live there forever. You know what I'm saying?
They're gonna do them.
Exactly.
As long as they don't come over here and do us.
But you gotta have some type of. That's the whole point Obama was trying to make. You gotta have some type of print in there, U.S. imprint in there, so you can't be willy-nilly out there joint planning shit on us. You know, that was the whole point of Obama standing there. But what's his name saying? He leaving, period. Which is different now because they gave up. They dropped their weapons and shit. Of course we leaving their ass. What the fuck we gonna stay there for? They dropped their weapons, left the guns, they left the tanks and shit. Like, it's time for us to go. It's already only 2,000 that's over this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta get the fuck out of here. You know?
They gave up. They like, man, fuck this shit.
Yes, they did. That was crazy. That shit was on the news yesterday. They just gave up.
We said, fuck it.
That's that.
You don't want to do that. You don't want them to.
Yeah, you do.
You don't want them to say, wave the white flag.
Oh, they almost had to do that, Slim. They was close. That's embarrassing. They almost had to do that shit though, for sure. Cause I think one of the motherfuckers, what's the name, said they that last minute had to bring some of the commercial people off the planes that was on the commercial planes and all types of shit. They had to just grab everybody and shit. They wanted to leave. It was crazy, man. Because you know Taliban was closing down the airports and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Nobody go in, nobody leaves.
Imagine you stuck in that bitch.
Are we getting that?
And you went over there with Americans though, who's just to help them. You know what I'm saying?
Well, guess what? If you can't fly, guess where I'm going? I'm going on a boat. See ya.
The third perspective.
Yeah. Nah, you can't. They ain't let you have that bitch.
You go somewhere on the boat. Shit.
Shit.
I ain't talking about no little boat. I'm talking about the ship.
They definitely ain't let you
Get the
have that.
fuck out of here.
But now, let's switch gears a little bit though, because you know your man trial today, right? Well, it was yesterday, day before yesterday. Well, he went on trial.
Mr. Peabody.
There's a lot of things coming up in this little trial, though, and you know a lot of shit gonna come up. You know what I'm saying? And they saying that Aaliyah was pregnant at one time.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Bombshell right there, son. Exactly.
I heard about that.
Exactly.
I mean, the only person I know is.
And that's in the motherfucker. That's what's going on in court now.
And that's why that song came out. Keep it on the down low.
Go ahead, young. Go ahead with that. Robert Sylvester Kelly,
known as Mr. Peabody.
They say he accused of running a criminal enterprise, using his fame to lure in young women and girls to engage in illegal sexual activity. 6 women are key to the federal government case, including the late singer Aaliyah, whose marriage to Kelly in 1994 helped put his alleged predator behavior in spotlight. He was married to her.
Mm-hmm.
So this was Wednesday.
It was known when they came back to America, though.
Now, they claim that Kelly was 27 and Aaliyah was 15 when they got married. This is allegedly. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I remember something like this, though. But I can't remember. I know he was older than her. I don't know. But he said she was 15, though. And she was pregnant. Yikes.
They moved, well, not moved, but they got married somewhere else outside the country. And it came back. It came back, and then the wedding was null because you can't do that. You can't marry no child.
And they come to America like they, yeah.
Like you grown and you married. Can't do that.
Now, the fact that nobody knew she was pregnant at all.
So I heard somebody mention that she was somebody that was in his circle.
The prosecutor alleged, this is crazy. It's crazy that all this time that him and Bill Cosby been in this shit, they ain't been to trial yet. It's just crazy as fuck. Like his trial is just coming up. Bill Cosby shit was like a month ago. You know what I'm saying? Like all this time, people have been looking at Bill Cosby as fucking a pervert ass nigga, and him, and either one of them been in what's the name yet? Ain't that some shit?
But they just tried to lock Bill Cosby up.
Yeah, they just locked him up.
So they locked him up prematurely without too much going on.
Yeah. No, that was the only way they thought they could get justice. They just wanted to serve jail time. And the fact that the judge went along with it, who should be disbarred, because even if he had to wait for his trial, he should have been able to be outside and wait for his trial. The fact that he made him stay in jail was iffy.
It's a joint that they got him to make a statement on. So the deal was they wasn't going to bring the charge up. So after that person left the case, a new prosecutor tried to bring it up. Like, you can't do that, my nigga.
But the fact that he didn't get bail.
After they already made a deal, you can't, I don't give a fuck if you knew or not. They need to bring you up to status. What the fuck going on, nigga? You can't come bring that shit back up and we already made a deal. I don't give a fuck if it wasn't you or not. It was the government, motherfucker.
He had
to appease them people. The people wanted that man in jail.
Two prosecutors was out. Two of the defense team was out, and 2 of them came in. Kind of short. What you call it? Short notice too. They fired last month, so they had to be up to speed for a whole month for this.
So, but the R. Kelly charges had to be some new shit because they can't do them old ones.
I mean, the prosecutor alleged that Kelly and his associates.
That'd be double jeopardy.
No, I think he settled most of that shit. And after setting the statute, some of that shit they can't get them on following and shit like that. So he had to be some new charges. He had to have somebody new bringing this shit up.
Yeah, probably something past 7 years.
Prosecutor alleged that Kelly and his associates hatched a plan for the singers to keep wed to keep him out of jail. Kelly supposedly bribed a government employee in Illinois with $500 to obtain a fake ID for Aaliyah, and then married her in a hotel suite before going back on tour. Their marriage was annulled less than a year later. We tried again singer who was allegedly groomed by Kelly beginning at age of 12.
Who's this?
Damn, Aaliyah.
Yeah, I know about that. I thought it was somebody else.
I mean, Kelly, a defense attorney, Nicole Blank Becker, cast doubt on the story during her opening statement and said there's no evidence Aaliyah was pregnant, according to the name. Aaliyah, God rest her soul, passed away. Was it 94? Yeah, it was 94.
No, she died in 2002.
2000.
No, Mr. Kelly was involved in the crime in 94.
Oh,
Will be, yeah, and all the charges against Kelly, which includes racketeering, sex. Yeah, that's what I remember. The shit, the bribery, the kid thing, the kidnapping, and all that shit.
That was way. Oh, I remember that. That was way.
Yeah, if you ain't get him there, yeah.
It's relationship with 5 other women.
But what they can do is bring up your past to fuck up your future.
You can't do that. So, as your man like to say, you talking about shit right now. What charge you got against him now?
The nigga been in jail. He been in jail since 2019.
Yeah, that's punishment enough.
2 years.
He gonna get out, but yeah, I mean,
they kept postponing because Corona.
They want to keep him in. Nah, they want to keep
him
him in.
They want to keep him in.
They use the Corona though.
Yeah, that's their form of punishment because they know you're gonna beat it.
Yes.
So now he did 2 years. They don't care.
This trial was expected to last 6 months.
Now just trying to make a statement. I ain't trying to shame him and make him walk the shame in public.
Yeah, he already did that.
Yeah, he already did that.
Fuck yeah.
And Dave Chappelle helped.
He definitely already did that.
It was always known about. Them motherfuckers didn't care, like he said, because he was making everybody money. Now he ain't doing it. He ain't making money. He ain't selling out shows no more. I mean, come on, man. Y'all knew what this man was. The females protected him.
But I wonder where his bread go. Like if they lock him up right now, do white people inherit his money and his motherfucking music?
Go to his children.
Go to his
or if they too young, then it's gonna go to their mothers.
One of his daughters was on Love and Hip Hop. She don't give a fuck about him. She be with the mother a lot.
Yeah,
they always talking shit about him and shit.
Yeah, so, I mean, he don't care. He probably don't take care of him.
It's crazy. Your father is R. Kelly. And you ain't even taking advantage.
She probably know what's up. Or mother put her on game.
Oh yeah, that's one thing about kids. They grow around moms that don't like the father. Shit.
Yeah, you can forget it.
You can forget that, Slim. They get that thing beating their head. That nigga some trash.
Yeah. I mean, you can do that, but if the father
that's a shame when y'all women that do that too, man. Y'all shouldn't do that shit. But they do that a lot.
Yeah, they be hurt. They do that. I know a lot of them do that. I'm like, why you bashing that nigga? You made that child with that nigga. And you bashing.
Like the old saying is nothing is worse than a woman scorned.
And that's true.
But just be hurt.
Because you'll have some sugar in the tank ASAP, nigga.
You're going to have sugar in your tank.
You don't know what happened.
You're going to have sugar in your tank, your house on fire.
Brick through your window.
Your dick cut off.
That's the main ones right there.
Your dick cut off and some more shit.
Like, what's her name? Abbott or whatever the fuck her name.
Bobby.
Yeah. She was not playing with that Negro. With that hunky. Or that Spanish dude. Who was it?
He was mixed.
All right. This is the part when R. Kelly was in that joint. She was in the motherfucking interview by Gail, man. This shit is funny as fuck. But I want you to pay attention to him though, young, because this before he went to jail.
Yeah, I know. This was where he was boohoo.
He's pleading, yeah.
So how do you think your music should sit with people?
Absolutely. I think they should. Although a lot of them may not. But like I said, I'm really not fighting for my career here. I'm fighting for my rights, and I'm fighting to have a relationship with my kids most of all more than anything. I want a relationship.
Now, can y'all hear? Now, what y'all think? That was a good question too. What are you fighting for? Like, do y'all think he should be fighting for his music, his legacy, or What y'all think should be on his mind?
What you said was on his mind. His music already solidified. Either you want to listen to it or you're not. So that's done. He put out a lot. So he ain't.
Yeah, he got hits after hits after hits.
So he ain't worried about that.
So he ain't worried about that.
And he doesn't care about his reputation or he wouldn't have done this shit. And everybody knew he did this shit. It was well known that nigga like youngins. So everybody know. Everybody know.
Allegedly, yeah.
Now,
about that nigga like youngins.
This is where I have to jump off the boat.
Oh.
After seeing shit been going down for the past 4 years, basically on Trump's era, I think that he should just get a psych evaluation, like being a psych ward.
Ooh, R. Kelly?
Yeah, something seriously wrong with him. I mean, not the fact that outside the fact that he can't read, because he can't read, he's illiterate.
Mm-hmm.
And, there's something seriously wrong with him. And
why you say that? He like young broads. He like controlling young broads. That's it.
yeah, but there's got to be something there. It might be something in the past. I know something in the past that's going on.
That ain't gonna change what he like.
The mental issue. Oh yeah, he was molested.
Yeah, he was all that.
Yeah,
He probably
that's what I'm
molested when he was
saying.
little. Allegedly, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But he said, the story posted that he probably molested when he was young. That's not no pass for nothing though, but that's not a pass. But
That's not a pass for anything, but that's like we had another podcast issue with Chris Stokes. Strokes, I mean.
Stokes.
Yeah, he did some things with, some members
I'm
of
talking about Raspy and them.
yeah. And, look at Marcus Houston, for example. He's still dating youngins.
Yeah, he got married to one. But is she 19 though?
It don't matter.
The Pied Piper.
This is how it go, man. Some cultures think that dating a younger woman keep you younger. So that's what it is. But him is different. Because he borderlines it with the 14 and the 16. Some of them bras are able to make their own decisions. Some of them still ain't. But the point is, he ain't psychic. He know what he want. So it might be sick to us, but that's the shit he like. And y'all can't condemn one thing and not condemn everything. So.
And then you gotta look at the other part to it. Where the fuck is the parents?
They there. That's another thing. All the parents are there. Ain't none of them kids running away. The parents know where they at. The parents been known. The parents was getting paid. Now you don't pay them no more. Once the child get 18, I don't need to pay you shit. She on her own. I just feel sorry for them, because they didn't know there's more to the world than R. Kelly.
And R. Kelly put himself in that predicament if he paying these parents, and then these kids come up the edge.
Whether they do anything wrong, the fact that the allegation can destroy them, they wanted to go away. You know what I'm saying? They don't want that to be surfacing. You know what I'm saying? Once it's out there, you lose everything quickly. But for him, it didn't work like that because black women supported him. Even though all his atrocities came at the hand of a black woman, he was hurting black girls, but the black women loved him more. And you to this day, all the women fuck with R. Kelly. His name now to cancel culture came around. They putting pressure on people that like, yo, you got canceled.
Cancel culture.
Yeah, cancel culture.
In his case, he had a couple of them. He had cancel culture, Me Too movement. Yeah, mute me.
Yeah, everybody coming for him now, but back in 2003 when he was wearing a little motherfucking mask on his face, everybody was fucking with him. Mainly the females. I love me some auras.
And then he front the shit in your face in his music when he say, "I'm the Pied Piper of R&B." What do you think that is?
Man, we know what you was.
When you actually look at the nursery rhyme Pied Piper, the Pied Piper used to play his flute or play his little thing, and the kids will follow. Boom, there you go.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Yeah, nobody had never thought about that.
They sold
the
it.
Pied Piper.
That's like saying anybody who made a song with this nigga should be canceled because y'all knew this nigga.
But K. Michelle used to be on record label or something, right?
Yeah. Probably trying to get on.
I think he bought K. Michelle out, didn't he? I think R. Kelly started K. Michelle.
Like I said,
Uh-oh.
all y'all should be ashamed. Especially if
Jay-Z was in the motherfucking
video with him. Cassie was in the video with him.
And get this, Kirk Franklin in it too.
Oh yeah.
Kirk Franklin.
Oh yeah. But that's it. No, yeah. That man, like I said, he did 2 years. He gonna beat this charge. They're gonna let him out. They just want to do some jail time.
Well, first of all, I mean, a beast, yeah. I mean, most people don't want to admit they hit beats no more, but yeah, motherfucker.
His catalog is a catalog.
I mean, he sold 75 million records worldwide. You know what I'm saying? 1990s, he one of the world's best-selling music artists. He's 55th best-selling music artist in the United States with over 32 million albums sold. Kelly was named by Billboard as the top R&B hip-hop artist between 1985 to all the way to 2010. God damn.
Fuck you making 85.
Three decades.
Jesus. And most successful R&B artist in history. Since the 1990s, Kelly has he's been accused of motherfucking a few things though.
Yeah.
Fucking with these. I don't know, man. I believe certain joints. I don't believe all that shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's too much. It's like I don't believe him locking girls up somewhere. Put it like that. I don't know.
He controlling himself.
I don't believe that part. Put it like
he
that.
ended up being DSM too.
I just got him manipulating hoes like niggas do. Like that's what he was doing. You know what I'm saying?
Not hoes, youngins.
That's the problem. We gotta find out.
Oh, he was youngins.
We fucking with the kids. But some of them bitches be on these shows, man. They're like 20 something now, man. They couldn't have been kids.
Yeah, they could have. 18.
He had 2 bitches living together in his house before he got locked up. They was in their 20s. You know what I'm saying? And I know they ain't acting like they kids. You know what I'm saying? He was living with 2 bitches and they was in that joint living together. All that shit. He one of them niggas to do the what you do when you got a bitch on the side and a bitch on the side of that bitch and another bitch. What is that?
The orgy.
No, that's fucking though. What I'm talking about. The relationship is something. Polygamy.
Yeah.
Polygamy?
Yeah.
It is
polygamy.
Yeah. He one of them niggas that probably do some shit like that, legend.
Even though you talking.
Nah, that ain't legend.
I got him.
He was on that girl shit. He had the 2 girls on there.
Yeah.
He can go to motherfucking Utah or something. They love you out there.
That's one thing about him. I got him doing that shit. Having a whole bunch of girls in the house and some shit.
Go be a Mormon.
But again, after, like I said, reason why I said, because there's a lot going on in the past 4 years that's kind of fucked up. And for him to get big jail time is bullshit. We just seen people did worse and got off.
I don't know if we seen worse than this. If he did this shit here, Slim, we might have a problem.
Shit, we just seen people killed each other.
Nah, this nigga here is accused of some wild ass shit.
Well, my kids, because I've missed a lot of years.
They can't.
They're like, they love me. I love them.
And they want a relationship with you.
They got 3 kids.
Yeah.
Bet my breath on it. You know, but they're pressured, and I get it. They're pressured, so I get it. But I believe that's going to change in due time.
You have daughters. If your daughters called you and said that somebody is doing to them what the allegations are about you, would you be okay with that?
Let me tell you something. I'll be up in that mother, everything up. I had to bleep myself, but I will
Yes.
be everything
If your daughters
up.
came to you and said, look, this guy is doing to me what the allegations are against you,
Then I would have to arrest myself after I did what I had to do.
you've been very candid that you are a sexual abuse survivor yourself. You talk
You know
very
what?
candidly.
Yeah,
You
I
were
heard that.
molested from the ages of 7 to 13, 14. How do you think that has affected you?
It hasn't affected me at all. I mean, it has affected me in a way, though. Yeah.
Yeah.
It affected me in this way. Anything that I've been through, that or any struggles I've had in my past, has affected my music. It has,
Has it affected your behavior?
absolutely not. Because I'm gonna tell you something, and I know people say, "Oh, well, he was abused."
Exactly.
Well, that's why he's doing that. No.
No, the experts will tell you this. Most people who are abusers have been abused,
Mm.
but not all people that have been abused go out and abuse others.
Okay.
And so that's why I asked
That's
the
what the
question.
experts said.
That is what
But
the
they didn't say
experts said.
all, did they?
No, they didn't. No,
All right.
no.
Yeah.
That nigga said, that's what the expert said. You ain't hear him go ahead. He said, okay, that's what the expert said. They get funny and shit stuff.
I stand.
So that's why I'm asking
I'm in the
you.
not all. I'm in the not all. Okay. But they also didn't say when you're R. Kelly, okay, and you're famous and your name is ringing 25 million times a day all over the world, okay, of people trying to get money from you, okay, and they're using your past. They're using the past allegations, the past case that he beat to link it on to that, okay? They're using that.
When you say that you need help, do you think you need to go to therapy? Have you been to therapy?
Absolutely. At this point, I'm definitely talking about that.
About going?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. You know, it seems like
You need
some would
that
say you
smoke
might
shit.
seem out of touch to a lot of people.
Yes, you do.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, your perception of the charges against you. I know it's your side and it's your story, but you have a different perception that most of the world has about you.
No,
People
I have a
think that
truth. People have perception.
People have the perception.
I have truth.
Do you think you're invincible?
Oh, absolutely not. I just think I'm human.
Well, Jerika.
Now she started off with a good question. Then I don't know what she started asking stupid shit up there. That first joint was a good question. Like, how you see your future and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Do you see yourself trying to save your career or your kids, or what are you at? Your mind frame and shit. That was a good question. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But when you look at him, do you think, as you listening to him though, you know what I'm saying?
mean, I know he did some shit. Everybody knows he did some shit. But that's why I said he needs therapy. He needs some help.
I mean, just listening to him, I don't know. Man.
I don't hear no victims out here bitching about it.
Yeah,
Like I said, the last two bros that was they was living with him. They in their 20s and shit.
And they was trying to get them to talk for a minute.
Yeah, they was.
So if they ain't got them, I mean, where the charges at? If you trying to bring up some RICO shit, you gonna need the people from back then.
Yeah, and they trying to bring up Aaliyah too. They trying to do all that shit.
You trying to punish them?
That's why they
shit
trying to say
too,
she's pregnant.
Yeah, you can't prove that.
Can't even
shit.
prove that.
Yeah, you can't prove that.
But listening to him, I just think he sounds like, I don't know, I can't.
He know he gonna get off, but he ain't know that they was gonna push it this far. So he know that they ain't got no proof. You need proof to back this shit up. You need eyewitness testimony.
And
Hell yeah.
You need the people that it happened to.
And the other thing,
Hell yeah.
And the other thing, the people that was around his circle, they not even talking.
Yeah, man.
So
That's another thing.
So I'm like, why is he on jail with no bond?
like when you look at the survivor R. Kelly and all that other shit they tried to do, they tried to get them to talk. They ain't talk.
That's the thing I don't like about this. It's just hard to put your finger on this shit.
Oh, it's something behind it. And the judges who don't give them bond, they need to be disbarred. So I'm like, you going against the law.
Because we just found out Bill Cosby, they let Bill Cosby go because they was fucking him in there. They probably doing the same shit to this nigga, man.
Yeah, they just want them to, I told you to walk of shame. And these niggas lawyers are some shit. Because I be like, man, he ain't got nobody.
Them lawyers be with the bigger,
Yeah.
the bigger money motherfuckers. They be his lawyer, but they be working with the other motherfuckers. They richer.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You were seeing her.
Yeah, she's 21. I'm seeing
You
her.
get the
She's
FBI
21.
involved.
Yeah.
But did you start seeing her
On
at
this?
17?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I had the
Did you
FBI
have
involved.
sex with her when she was 17?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Oh, they ain't
Although my
lying. He
parents
just,
wanted me to.
was that a lie? He said he's fucking with Aaliyah. She said, was he 17? He said, no.
What?
Wait. Did he say, was she talking about Aaliyah? He said, absolutely not. Who was she talking about?
Yeah.
17.
But did you start
Pretty
seeing her
pissed
at
off.
17?
Absolutely not.
Did you have sex with her when she was 17?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Although her parents wanted me to.
No, her
But
parents
I'm-
claim they have text messages.
Hold on, wait.
that you had sex with her.
Yeah, absolutely not. Who gonna prove it? She ain't here. Who know?
He talking about Aaliyah? Let
Yeah.
me make sure.
And the parents of Aaliyah didn't say nothing about
I'm
this
seeing
either.
She's
How would they
21.
know?
Yeah.
Who was in the
But
room
did
with
you
her?
start seeing her at 17?
Absolutely not.
Did you
No,
have
for
sex
him
with
to
her
say
when she
that
was
allegations
17?
to the parents.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Although her parents wanted me to.
No, her
But
parents
I-
claim they have text messages that show
What
that
does
you had
that
sex
mean?
with
Her
her.
parents wanted me to fuck.
Her parents wanted him to get in bed with him so they could have control over him. Once he did that, the parents would have owned him.
And she
Claim
was
that money.
17.
Claim.
So you're saying you did not have sex with her when she was 17?
Absolutely not.
You are with two women right now. You love them. They say they love you. What kind of love is it that keeps these young women away from their families? Their families
Why
are
you keep saying young woman?
I'm talking right now about Jocelyn
Because you
and
know, I'm
Azurel.
gonna answer your question.
What kind of love is that?
What kind of father? What kind of mother will sell their daughter to a man?
Who did that?
Okay, let's stop right here for 1 minute. 1 minute, hold on. So it's obviously he's saying these parents were selling their kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, we know that.
Nah, that's allegedly now.
Nah, he done.
Yeah,
Cause ain't no father gonna let his daughter be molested or fuck with and not going in gear and fuck that nigga up on the way out. Your daughter in there, you ain't busting the door down. I know Jay running in the house. I had a daughter too. Fuck it. When my son getting molested like that, and I knew it. Where the fuck he was at, I'm going in there. And I'm gonna beat his ass on the way out.
Yeah, you gonna have to get a bullet in his head.
There you go.
pretty much.
Ain't no way that's happening unless you selling your kid.
You gonna have to get two to the fucking dome.
Or you're not selling them like here paper and print to it.
So you believe
but
him?
you bringing them around, you letting them interact with them.
When he say that, y'all believe that?
Yeah, I think they knew he was a predator and they fed him the prey.
They fed him the prey and they got.
He said he ain't had sex with none of them though.
I don't know about that.
But the parents
I
wanted
definitely-
me to. You said he had that on?
Yeah.
I definitely don't
He
know
said
about that.
absolutely not. But the parents wanted me to though. Like
No,
what?
that's stupid. We ain't fools now, nigga. You're a man and you like kids.
That didn't even sound right. Yeah.
You don't like kids. You like the teenage version.
That
of
was
kid.
one fishy joint from you, dog. I ain't like that one. That was fishy. You know what I'm saying?
That's fishy. That
That was
He's
it.
suspect.
yeah,
That was
you know,
it.
suspect
For me
about
to
it.
see them until they wasn't getting no money from it. Why would you take your daughter? If I were going to take my daughter and she's 19 years old to a 49-year-old icon, whatever, celebrity or R. Kelly concert or whoever it is, I'm not going to put her on the stage and leave her. I'm going to take her to the concert. Their father is more into my music and know about my music than they do.
You're saying the parents handed their daughters, Azurel and Jocelyn, over to you? Is that what you're saying to us?
Absolutely.
But here's the problem. Now you sit you on the parent. And
My man said absolutely.
now you snitching on the parent. And
He's saying he ain't the only one accountable. Parents should be held accountable too.
He trying to push the button. He trying to push
He
the button.
pushing it, but he's still in it. So
No bullshit.
even though they need to be on trial too, but who gives a fuck?
But that's something that
it's
black
not
people
them. It's
always
R.
thought
Kelly that's cool.
that the bitches was sending their kids.
Yeah,
Black people always had that thinking that they were sending their kids there. You see what I'm saying?
Because there's no way you gonna let that happen.
Allegedly. But
No man gonna let
he
who gonna let their daughter sit up there and get used.
But
like that?
he's saying everything is happening because of the parents, right? Everything but sex.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying?
Nah. Matter of fact,
Nope, but I ain't do that. I didn't do that. They brought him around. I paid him the money, but I didn't fuck him.
when you
And
trying
when
to
I
put
stopped the
without-
money, when the money stopped is when they. What money stopped? You
what
feel
you
me?
talking about?
Well, what money you talking about here?
you know what you talking about.
What are you paying for? You said you ain't fucking nobody. You feel me?
So
What was the money for? Why you stop? What was the money for?
So what you doing now? So what is the issue? Like, are you? So what is the parent is giving you these kids? That's
He said that
What's going
though.
on?
He already said that. He definitely said he dropping them motherfuckers off. Yo. He said they dropped them off at the concert though, on stage, and that was it. He ain't seen them no more.
That's
Meaning
weird.
that means I'm supposed to take your daughter somewhere, right?
Yeah.
That what that mean. And you think he didn't? They got in a limo with him. Let's stop this shit here. No, seriously though.
Now,
He's saying
now
absolutely not. Like, oh, what?
the other people you got asked,
No head, no nothing.
The other people you got asked is people he was featuring with too. Jay-Z,
K Michelle,
Michelle, Jay-Z. You got questions these people too.
K Michelle for sure.
Danny Kid and rabbit words. They was just making a song with this man. They don't care
Nah,
about
K
this shit.
Michelle was there. She was around. She was around.
No.
You mean tell me her big ass walking around? He ain't trying to fuck her.
No.
Come on now.
She was too old.
Either he fucked her.
She was too old.
Either he fucked her. Or she seen some things happening for
That nigga
sure.
Don't fuck with bitches.
Now they did ask one of his old producers, one of his old track producers, what was going on. He said he had some girls, they was young, they turned around, They shake the ass, and while they shaking the ass, that's how he makes his music. I was like, well, damn, really? See, he said, yeah, because he can't read. So his ideas come from young girls and what he'll do to them. So like when you listen to Honey Love, you listen to Making Love to a 14-year-old. When you listen to Half of a Baby, you want to put Half of a Baby on a 12-year-old. Shit like that. That's what he was alluding to, basically. But I'm not sure if they caught on there. But
I missed the part when he went off. I don't know if this is it.
He was going after
When he was like, "What the camera?" Y'all remember that shit? Say, "This the camera? That the camera?" He just went spazzed out, Slim. Like, what the fuck?
That nigga is in for a treat.
He was done that day.
What treat? He living like king in jail.
I don't think he gonna get locked up.
No, he ain't getting locked up. They ain't got no witness.
Damn.
You got to corroborate all this shit.
They got a witness. The witness that they try to get, they got corroborated.
Yeah. I just don't think.
Nobody gonna corroborate with that.
I don't think he'll get locked up.
All this time, they wasted their time. Me too. You struck out. He did 2 years, so that's a win. Maybe 2.5, because he might don't get out to 2022. So that's 3.
Yeah.
He did 3 years, so he lost, but he won. He ain't there forever.
He did do 3 years, and Cosby did too.
Man, that's not good.
If they ain't do nothing, that is fucked up.
I know.
That is fucked up, Jay. I ain't gonna.
If I was Cosby, I was trying to get all of them who was involved in that. They all got to be stripped of their license.
I mean, if you didn't do nothing, yeah, that's fucked up.
Nah, and even if I did, and I gave you my word, and I told you what you needed to know, and you told me this was done, and I still had to see jail. Nah. You don't know the judge. You don't preach judge no more.
That's why the bill Cosby.
The attorney, you ain't no public. What you call it? The
Public defender.
Yeah, you're not that prosecutor. You ain't prosecuting no more either. Broke your word. All that. The new one that came in behind you for breaking the code, you done too. All that's mandatory, and that's why I said the FBI need to step in the Supreme Court.
But see, another person that's breaking news today. The FBI said, speaking of the FBI, they stepping in on Deshaun Watson's case. Says extortion. I'm in another group today. I'm in another little Facebook group. We was discussing about it a little bit. I already said that something was fishy about their case. That's like, remember when Kevin Hart came out? Said that he wouldn't allude that he was cheating, but he was. But his friend was the one that extorted him.
Yeah, that's bitch move.
His best friend, like his
Yeah.
He used to have jokes in his shit with his guy. Yeah. And he went through shit on the road, and they grew up together. And it was his best friend that was extorting.
Yeah.
So now
I get my goon to fuck you up.
Hey. Right. So now the FBI is stepping in Deshaun Watson's case of distortion. Now, who do y'all think is distorting the money or just trying to get some type of something out of this deal? Who do y'all think? Me personally, I think it's the team Texans.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's why the FBI involved in it, because the Texans is involved in it.
You can use the same theory with R. Kelly, right? Let's say one of them big major record companies trying to bring him down and take all this motherfucking shit.
His masters and shit.
You can just say the same thing. It's like same thing with Bill Cosby. He about to buy Channel 4. Next thing you know, he locked up.
Why do I keep bringing that up?
Why is that?
Why do I keep bringing Channel 4 up?
Nobody black was thinking about that shit before.
Buying a major network?
Bill Cosby, yeah. Remember, he was doing the Bill Cosby show on Channel 4.
So why he ain't do it the Zeus Network did or Oprah?
Nah, he got locked up before he can think of stuff like that.
Okay.
It's like, let me see. Let me go.
He thought he was about to get NBC and shit, dude. Behind bars looking like, what the fuck?
I'm going to do some NBC. I'm going to go ahead and buy NBC quickly.
They said, fuck, I plead. I make a statement. They brought that shit back up anyway. Like, fuck you. No statement from you. We're going to lock your ass the fuck up. Remember, white people loved him when we was growing up. Him and OJ Simpson and him and shit was token black people.
Made them niggas eat pudding pops.
Yeah.
Jello.
The opposite side was motherfucking was it Richard Pryor? Opposite side of him or Red Fox and shit.
Yeah, but he's a chill red now.
That nigga was not
Yeah,
funny.
they said all of them just to chill with each other.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Elvis.
Yeah.
They said the Elvis was just to chill with them.
That would stole everything from
That was Elvis just sitting around stealing shit. That's what he was doing.
Better believe it.
As soon as you get up and dance, he took that shit right to the white people. It started like he thought of it. So, and you know, well, how the nigga used to sing either bullshit. I ain't gonna lie, when I was little, that was the only thing. He used to have movies too.
He used to watch Blue Hawaii.
He used to have movies, didn't it?
Yeah.
That was Presley movies and shit. Where he dancing in the movies. And
Jailhouse,
shit.
who's Jailhouse Rock? And shit.
Yeah. The Fat Boys redid it.
I can't believe I used to watch that shit. When I was little.
Yeah, you know it.
That shit was terrible.
And you watch Magnum P.I. too.
He used to be in that joint dancing and shit in the middle of the scenes and shit. Shit was terrible. We look back on it like, damn, watch that shit.
Yeah.
He used to kept stopping and doing this shit with his hands, shit. Get the fuck out of here. You know how white people back then was doing the thing with
The sit back.
yeah.
Like my man.
That's how Sammy James doing. Sammy James doing is like the first token black dude, man. He a prime example. Not only that, he tried to make this shit hair like this, so he could be doing all this shit. He started permanent shit.
He used to hang around D. Martin and
Sammy
Jerry
Davis, that is. Sammy Davis Jr.
That was the Rat Pack.
Davis Jr.
You know, Elvis Presley murdered a 15-year-old too. But y'all don't say nothing about that though.
Oh,
Yeah, we did.
yeah.
Yeah, he did. And y'all don't say nothing. Y'all ain't go back to cancel him.
But he was like,
Yeah,
he was 40 though, yeah.
Yeah. So is it good? 15 and 40? That's what's up.
He motherfucking, he did do that shit.
Yeah, I know. So y'all don't call him pervert. Y'all don't trash his legacy.
It was another motherfucker. What's that nigga? Woody?
Yeah, well, y'all don't let him off.
That nigga had the daughter.
Yeah.
He fuck with the daughter now. Or married to her, no? Something.
Yeah, something like that.
Him, Russell Simmons too.
Ain't that some shit?
Kamora was 17. Y'all let that slide too. That nigga was all of 36.
Oh, yeah.
That's y'all man's though.
Let me say who else slid like a motherfucker. The other rock guy.
Who?
The rock and roll dude. Johnny Cash. He did the same shit.
Yeah, he fucked with it. All of them back then fuck with that. That was the norm though.
Johnny Cash did that shit too. He fucked with a 13-year-old.
Damn.
12.
Gotta be locked up for that shit, man.
But they are on him.
All that shit is different from a nigga fucking with a bitch and she never tell me how old he is. It's different from you hunting kids.
I know, I mean, but back in the day it was normal because my grandma was 18, granddaddy was 34.
What?
I'm just saying, that's the way it was. My mom and my dad is a big ass age gap. It's like 20 years in between them.
Oh no, black people ain't give for age jobs
Yeah,
back
I'm
in the
about
day.
to say.
It was just like,
But they did wait till they did hit 18. Well, I don't know. You might have met some grandma at 17.
Most black people, most black men was like you said, knocking up young kids,
Yeah.
younger black women back then.
Because he had a wife already, divorced her, then went to grandma. Had a whole nother family. Only had 7 kids. Had another 10. No birth control back then.
Nah,
Wait,
you
listen,
get to have kids because one of them motherfucking laws trying to lock your ass up. You skeet all and skeet. You ain't give a fuck. Like a fucking sprinkler out there.
But what else happened back in the day is like you used to have like a grandmother that fuck with the grandpa and then fuck with his brother, shit like that.
That's that
I'm
country
just saying.
shit.
That's what I'm just saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Both of them was from Alabama.
My grandma
But
come from
yeah,
North
I'm
Carolina.
just saying
That
that.
fuck with the grandpa's brother.
Yeah,
She
she had no cookouts.
She ran down the joint from what's the name down that joint when they had the motherfucking segregation and shit. She ran from North Carolina down this motherfucker.
Yeah,
She was
Same thing.
16.
Yeah, grandma told me that too. I think somebody in the family got hung. They left Alabama and never went back.
She came down this joint 16 by herself,
Them niggas get spread open, boy.
and then all of a sudden, from her doing that, all these people here, like me, like me talking this shit, like she came down here and did that shit.
You know, I told people I cannot go to the South, though.
Them niggas down there like motherfucking water hose. They get skeeting.
No bullshit, yo. They go skeet. You come down that joint, your ass getting locked the fuck up. You skeet too much.
Yeah, everybody I know from Mississippi. But her sisters went to Chicago and she came to DC.
Most people that come to DC come from somewhere like that.
Yeah.
You gotta remember, Maryland was a motherfucking hot spot for slaves too. They was beating the shit out of us in Maryland,
Yeah, it was.
hanging the shit out of us. There's a lot of spots in Maryland, dog.
Yeah, Queen Anne County.
Spots still out there. Yeah.
Queen Anne County.
They got some shit called Lynchburg. I don't want to go there.
that's it.
That's in Virginia.
That's what shit started
I do
from.
not want to go on Lynchburg Street.
Jamestown, Blacksburg, Virginia.
Anything Lynchburg, I don't want to be there. Like, nigga, I don't want to walk around here.
Yeah, all that. It's too much feeling about
Lynchburg.
Pennsylvania. I went out there for
Fuck, name that joint Lynchburg. You supposed to change that. Whoever laid it, change that shit.
Nah, you know that.
Lynchburg. Like they love lynching niggas, man.
We
love y'all, lynch y'all so much, we're gonna name this Lynchburg.
You know, Virginia and Massachusetts was like the foundations.
Pennsylvania. Niggas still there.
Yeah, I had fun with that.
That's where all those Trump voters come from, man. Pennsylvania and shit. Ohio and Cincinnati and all that shit.
Wasn't for me.
And some people don't get me wrong. Some people was disillusionized. They were like blue collar workers that felt like they was just fucked up. You know what I'm saying? He got some of them too till they realized he doing too much. You know what I'm saying, though? But up until then, they had most like labor motherfucking workers and shit, union workers.
Yeah, all on feeding that shit.
And then most of them stayed with them because that's who they are. You know?
There you go.
You know what I'm saying?
You are what you are.
Most of them is what he was.
And he showed you a lot of them. To this day, I know all of them. I ain't forget.
Trust me.
I never forgot. I just look at y'all funny and I'm like,
they want everybody to forget, but I doesn't.
Starbucks right next to the store, and you like that?
I doesn't.
That nigga was disheartened when Trump lost. Did I tell you they were sitting outside on the benches? Jay, you know, you go out to the
they thought he was gonna win.
Right there on the benches next to the Starbucks. He was sitting there pouring his heart out.
For some reason, they thought he was gonna win.
I looked at that man. That man coming to the store now. I look at him different every time. That's nigga really. There's a lot of them. A customer told me. She said I could tell who by people with masks and people with not masks. I said, damn. She said, I know their ideologies right then and there. This lady's all white. She a liberal though.
Nah, that's not true though. But
some of it is.
That's not true.
Okay.
I mean, most of the Trump people that never done none of this. They never wore masks, none of that shit. They never wore none of that. But you can't just say, I know their ideology. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I can help it, I'm not gonna have no fucking mask on. You don't know my what I'm Republican now?
No, you ain't a Republican. You just play one on TV.
Now you see what I'm saying?
No, you ain't a Republican. You just play one, you know? Oh, my bad. They talk like
Where y'all from? Where y'all from?
Where y'all from?
Where y'all stay?
Say the way y'all from.
Well, let's stop and break that beat back down.
Don't forget, we got 10 G's on our podcast. You know what I'm saying, dog? It's another night in the books. Sundays and Wednesdays. You know what I'm saying, dog?
Oh, it's getting down deep in here, man.
Cafeteria, you know what I'm saying? This is the podcast kid, you know what I'm saying, dog? Radical one. Jay, you know what I'm saying, dog?
They always
start to you know what I'm saying?
They was down the Wilson Center yesterday.
I think when we start early, about 20 people in mind. They ready to catch us. But everybody that got us 10 G's, you know, we ecstatic about that. 10,000 down plays on the podcast. So, we appreciate everybody. You know what I'm saying, dog? What you're listening to is Underground Yoga from DC. It's a specialized music. You know what I'm saying, dog? Some special shit.
Well, let's go, well,
like you get crack cocaine. Pop that shit up. You know what I'm saying, dog? Hey, we cook it up. Black people, we does that.
With my comments right back to you. Leave me all night long, man.
What's the word for us? Innovators.
I believe my flex on my cool,
everything we do.
I believe
First is illegal, then you like that not stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying, dog? Everything we do. Big coke. Crack cocaine. We did that. You know that. We turned coke into crack. And look what happened. Our venom state. We made so much money on the streets that black people, I mean, the police went up because we make more money. You know what I'm saying, dog? We invented it. Turn that shit into ain't that something?
Well, let's bring it up.
We go get us, dog. That's all I'm saying. Nigga over here, bitch. We make money. You know what I'm saying? We'll make it up. And then you gonna try to take it from me.
I still hear my squeal, Junior.
Heron.
I still hear squealing in somewhere,
Doctors
man.
and government said heron to people now.
Work it out,
They said
though.
weed to them.
Work it out, baby.
Everything they want to lock us up for, they said. call it medicine. Ain't that some shit real every day? But no problem. I still the war on drugs. You know what I'm saying?
Say what now?
You know what I'm saying, dog? So they didn't get
Say what now?
you know? And then they gonna
Where y'all
sell it
stay?
and leave it.
The Lago Crew,
Hey, y'all got something to say?
the London Woods, Rapper Place, the Woodland Crew,
14 different times for that shit. What's
the
wrong with y'all?
Lago Crew, the Black Calendar Friends,
You gonna sell heroin?
the Land Crew. Goddamn! What a minute, hold it down!
When we evict shit, you gonna lock us up. You
Down!
know what I'm saying?
I went to a couple dispensaries on 8th Street.
The FWA now. That's the boss big rock with an attitude now.
When we motherfucker on Wall Street, you making more money than Wall Street. You know what I'm saying, dog? That's what we
Tighten
do.
up back there on me, Calvary, baby. Don't get about sweet love and have those
You know what I'm saying, dog? Jay, you got something to say? We out here?
little baby, have a stick with it. What was that way
Whatever
down
you
for
do,
good Virginia, baby?
make sure you
Got
follow
nothing
your
sister
dreams.
with her.
It's your dream.
Little family with it now. We gonna steal up in the family, man.
Don't be a sheep.
We gonna steal, we got the NC family, man.
Don't listen to Red. Don't be a
See if we
sheep.
can do a little something that takes you there, man.
Look back for yourself.
Goddamn, Kyrie,
Let's
man.
go, go.
If it ain't for you always coming out with something.
Specialized music. You know what I'm saying, dog?
Y'all will take us home.
That's specialized music.
Also, they got all the
No,
cold
that's
sodas
not
upstairs.
real.
Don't forget about the all the little slow
Catch us Sunday and Wednesdays, dog. You know what I'm saying, dog? Subscribe.
Yeah.
Subscribe, fam. You know what I'm saying?
The good
Catch this
band
joint
down,
right here,
rock,
video
rock,
here,
like,
left
yes,
and right.
it
You
is.
know what I'm saying? Check those out. You know what I'm saying? Just check out that hot chip. You know what I'm saying? Check that out. All this time last year we did 2,000 down for you. Let's look that up.
We gonna see what we
We
got
did
in
2,000. So we did 7 G's in the year. You know what I'm saying? So that's
I
what's up.
like that thing
So
right
we appreciate
there.
everybody that motherfucker got us to that point.
What?
Celebrating that. Check that out too.
What?
Celebrate that. You know what I'm saying, dog?
Say what
Until
now?
then.
Say what?
What's that?
What, Street?
Sunday. Catch a Sunday.
Hey, I'm
We're gonna
Anthony.
start early.
I'm a creative pro at
gonna start
Abercrombie
who?
Library, and
Start
this
early
is
Sunday.
You'll probably get you early, motherfucking cook out. You know what I'm saying, dog? Cook out on that ass.
Make sure OnlyFans here at 8 o'clock.
Oh, Lord.
7:55 set up.
creative
Lord.
projects.
Rab ain't gonna be ready.
Shit.
You gonna push that on
On
9:45?
Sunday?
Yeah.
Going outside.
Okay.
Oh, no, it's going to be raining and shit, man.
You gotta check that out.
Like I said, OnlyFans.
To the bridge.
It's gonna be at 7:55 OnlyFans. Coming straight from work.
Y'all gotta have your uniform on. You know what I'm saying, dog? Woo!
Y'all believe them and y'all need some bonus back there, some man.
We out.
I think we need some bonus back there, man. I can't go out there, my man.
Spotify, Google Podcast, Apple Podcast, wherever you get your podcast at. Check us out. YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, Facebook. Catch your boys. Get 10 G's downplays. Talk to the boys. DMV Finance. You know what I'm saying, dog? Until then, Wednesday. Catch your boys. Until then, listen to me.
Say what now? Say what now?
They don't
What's
even
it
know.
out here? What's it out here?